in common.
State of OH! Today. In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000. USA! USA!
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey! What? Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You ping!
Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Overreaction Monday, September 8, 2025. This program begins right now. Football is here in full effect, and obviously we have one game tonight, an NFC North battle that'll be on ABC that we will certainly be watching, and then Peyton Manning and Eli Manning doing their simulcast as well. But Week 1 of the NFL season has completed a full Sunday slate. College football still throwing 100 on the paint. Today is a great day to celebrate everything happening, and also today is a glorious day to overreact ridiculously. Now, from week 1 of the NFL season all the way until the Super Bowl, obviously teams are going to change mightily. Injuries are going to happen. Teams are going to get better. Offense coordinator and quarterback are going to maybe get on the same page. Same thing on the defensive side of the ball. So anything you say the day after the first NFL Sunday slate is certainly going to be ridiculous if you were to look at it from week 15 back until now. But in this moment, everything we're about to say makes a lot of sense. Now, is it going to be overreactions? Potentially. Some will say in the end. But in the real moment that we're living right now, the reason why the NFL is what it is and why football is the greatest sport on earth is because the way we feel today is how a majority of fan bases feel around the NFL. We'll be celebrating mightily with the teams that won, and we'll certainly be dunking on the teams that look like ass. How are you getting paid money to do this? Were you guys even practicing? How'd you roll out of bed on this particular day and look that bad? And on the flip side, holy shit, we're winning the Super Bowl. A lot of that today, and we're so thankful that we get to do this for a living. The non-professional athlete table at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt are here. I mean, it's just sitting there.
No, someone had to.
Yeah, once or twice.
And by the way, I hope we all just kind of, Now, there are things, 9-year NFL vet, Aaron Shea Butler, I would say,
no doubt.
you guys have no idea about. I think that is a fair thing to say.
Fair.
But now, we all on the same team now, baby.
Yeah.
We're all on the same team now. And we are very thankful for your perspective because obviously it's going to be vastly different than ours. With that being said, a lot to celebrate this weekend from the toxic table, huh? Drake May might be a guy.
Definitely.
Green Bay Packers, holy shit, Ty Schmidt.
Might be the team. Listen, I tried to kind of downplay it going in, but after yesterday, that might be the team.
Let's go to one half of the hammer. Dahn. Cowboys, AP tone. The Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the biggest stories of the offseason, they're going all in. Wow, high-scoring, thrilling affair over there in New York with your former quarterback, Justin Fields. Tone, are you guys winning the Super Bowl?
If you recall, on Friday, I said if they lose week 1, the season's over. And if they win, we're going to the Super Bowl.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the first 15. We'll be doing this on Overreaction Mondays throughout the rest of the year. We think these are the top 5 things that you need to know about, and if we miss a couple, we'll certainly pick those up. This is the first 15. Let's get to it. Number 5 starts in the Steel City. The Pittsburgh Steelers. The Rodgers reminder. Still got it. There was a lot of conversation last year about whether or not this guy is worth a damn at professional football. He flew all the way from his home in beautiful Southern California. I mean, he's got a gorgeous,
Huge,
good views.
Waterfront.
He walks on that beach too. He's got his dog Apollo coming around. He's having a good time. It's a beautiful house. He said, "You know what? I'm gonna go fly back to New York whenever they get the new GM, new head coach. I want to talk to them personally. So I want to go ahead and just kind of see where they're at. If they're to move on, that's their prerogative. They can do what they want to do. But just wanted them to know that I would like my Jets tenure to end in a good way," is what he told us. Verbatim. Flies all the way over there. It's about 4.5, 5 hours, depending upon the jet stream behind him. Over there. Maybe 5.5, depend. Yeah, there's a lot of that thing. Gets all the way down there in Teterboro, drives over to the facility, sits down. Aaron Glenn says, "You can go get the fuck out of here." That is...
Pretty much.
Yeah, we don't want you. Now, I don't think those were the exact words. Now, the way Aaron describes the encounter and the lack of description of the encounter from Aaron Glenn makes us believe that it probably was a pretty uncomfortable situation.
No doubt.
So then Aaron leaves, and now he's trying to figure out his life. Remember, close personal friends going through a cancer battle, we would then inevitably learn. Had to be there for them. People that rely upon him were going through some very heavy things. He had his offseason. He was thinking about potentially retiring. Doesn't join any team. Everybody's loud. This guy needs to make his decision for a draft. Little they know that was going to happen.
No.
He was going to be making a decision for a long, long time at that particular case. In the Pittsburgh Steelers, Mike Tomlin was calling him every single week, checking in on him, seeing how he's doing, how's it going. They were preparing an offense, allegedly, for Aaron Rodgers, even when he wasn't a Pittsburgh Steeler at the time. So you wonder, with all that shit and all the noise and everything that's going on, how would it fare? Thought it was going to be a cagey affair because these two teams, obviously defensive stout. I'll tell you what, Justin Fields might be the right fit for an Aaron Glenn offense in New York. They might have some things to be excited about. And on the flip side, Aaron Rodgers slicing dicing for 4 touchdowns. You Steelers fans got to be losing your mind, Tone.
Yeah, we are. It was really cool. Once the Steelers got their first kickoff and you saw Aaron run out on the field, it was a surreal, holy shit, Aaron Rodgers is our quarterback. And then you watched him orchestrate that offense like Leonard Bernstein. It was a thing of beauty. You were up to the line, just changing plays, manipulating the snap count. It was awesome. He was everyone got involved. Literally everyone on offense got involved. 4 touchdowns. and he had a game-winning drive, which is what, is something that we haven't had in a long time. It was so cool to watch Aaron Rodgers be a quarterback for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
4 tides for him. DK Metcalf had some big-time plays. Had a first drop early. Obviously, there were some other things going on, but you can see that DK is worth the money, and DK is the best athlete whenever DK is wherever DK is.
Yeah.
And not only that, you guys have a kicker who is potentially doing a hold-in, Chris Boswell. Well, he didn't hold in, and he did play, and I think he made some 55-plus yarder earlier in the game, and then to win it, 60-yarder. Now, granted, there's a minute some left, so they could have come back and taken that from Chris Boswell. Under a minute 30 to take the lead. I think everybody would call that a game-winning kick. Chris Boswell does that for the Pittsburgh Steelers. So damn pure. Now, there were some misses from the kicking department around the NFL, and I think we should all kind of view it the same way. If a ball is kind of drifting to the right for a righty, okay? Not an absolute miss. A miss is going to happen where you just miss the sweet spot, your swing, just like in golf, you kind of come across it. But if there's one drifting to the right, not normally the ball, probably because the kicker's trying to guide it a little bit. Trying to guide it. Like when you're throwing a baseball or a football, it'll be in the vicinity because that's what you're actually doing.
Sure.
But it won't be your pure ball. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like Luke, the kicker for the Baltimore Ravens, his first kick was a 52-yarder. That thing was drifting a little bit right. He has a massive leg. That kid has a very, very strong leg. Misses an extra point. Obviously, people pissed off about it. He is a very talented kicker. So his first one going a little bit to the right, I'm like, ooh, he was trying to guide that a little bit, probably thinking about it. Still goes in, still very good for a very long time. Boswell hits this 60-yarder. Under pressure, first week, contract dispute. Okay, money. This is actual. Every ball is a money ball.
Yeah.
Every ball is a money ball. This was supposed to be a 58-yarder. They actually lose.
Yes, they did.
2 yards to play before that. They try to pick up a couple more yards for him and ends up going back. So he comes out there. This ball is pure. And that leads to Mike Tomlin describing Chris Boswell in only a fashion that Mike Tomlin could describe a kicker.
And I can't say enough about Bos. Man, our kicker is a serial killer. Man, he got a low pulse rate. He can't wait to deliver.
That's what I'm talking about. Boz is not thinking about guiding it. Boz isn't thinking about anything. Boz said he just goes out there, thinks about his steps, hits the ball, doesn't even watch it, and just leaves the field. One of the greatest of all time. Happy he got a chance to step up and perform and deliver for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Hell of a start for Aaron Rodgers there. Congrats to the Injures. Lot of drama over there.
Yeah.
Lot of drama over it. Came down to a 60-yarder.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Came down to a 60-yarder.
Big hit, Jalen Ramsey too. No addition. Big hit, knocking that ball off
Let's
the
get
Garrett
some
Wilson.
stops.
The way he's talking is he loves the culture of the Steelers.
Oh, yeah.
Like he's talking like he's doing a lot of hey, this is how we play. We're not going to let people kind of come in here and not play us style. It's like, it does feel like Jalen Ramsey's supposed to be a Pittsburgh Steeler.
Yes.
Same with Aaron.
Yeah.
I mean, even watching Aaron and him walk off with Cam Hayward at the end, Cam and Coach Tomlin have walked off the field together basically for the last 5-6 years since social media has really been capturing it. We don't know how much longer before that. But them waiting for Aaron and then Aaron walking with him, this is a cool moment.
Very cool.
This is a very cool moment, especially walking out of the stadium that he was at last year, and once again, fly all the way over there. Get the hell out of here. I mean, that's a cool moment for the Steelers. Steelers fans got to be pumped. Okay, let's move on to number 4. Is Micah Parsons going to be in game shape? Is Micah Parsons going to be able to play football for the Packers after being traded so late? He did address being traded so late where he was like, if we would have done this at the right time, I could have been working with these guys. I think Micah loves his time at the Packers. Now, obviously, they get a win.
Yeah, it helps.
Obviously, he gets a sack.
That helps.
Obviously, he becomes the highest paid non-quarterback player of all time, $47 million a year. There's a lot of honeymoon things. But boy, when Jared Goff just hears a ban it behind him, I assume that he thought, no fatso, no D lineman, no defensive end. Nobody over 220 pounds is going to be able to walk me. I have a 20-yard head start on all of them. Remember, field is 53 and a third wide. Micah hunted him down. Neckton mentality, like a damn shark. And obviously he has a celebration point in the sky. The number 1 looks much cleaner than I think we all thought it was going to be. Jordan Love was slicing and dicing. Feels like the defense is very good. Green Bay Packers fans thinking Super Bowl this year for the Pack.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, there's no question now. I didn't know going into yesterday because, again, the Lions are still very good, but boy, did the Packers dominate this game from the onset, too. You mentioned it. I think the Micah stuff, we'll get to that in a second, but Jordan Love, people are talking about him winning an MVP this year. He had to do it. He came out, started 10 of 14, and they scored 2 touchdowns, and we're up 17-3 very early, which they were playing from behind against the Lions all year and in division games. They just look crisp, and everything you were hearing from the Packers offense was they're really hurting the receiver room. They don't really know. We thought Josh Jacobs was going to come out, and if he wasn't scoring
multiple touchdowns, like this Packers offense was going to be in trouble. Not the case. Love looked phenomenal. And then you mentioned it, Micah Parsons. I mean, everyone can say whatever they want. I get it. He only played 45% of the snaps.
Only got one sack.
Only had 3 pressures. Those 3 pressures. Okay, there was a 2-yard loss for a completion on 3rd down, caused a punt. He had the sack. And then they also he got to Jared Goff, and Jared Goff threw an interception. So those are pretty,
Also, guys playing alongside of him.
Yeah, that is what it ultimately what this comes down to is Lucas Van Ness had his best game as a Packer yesterday. Rashawn Gary had a sack and a half. Like, he makes all the guys around him so much better. And again, you talk about all that stuff of him being happy. This is a different guy than we saw in Dallas. Like, sure, there's some of that, but everything I heard from him post game and like he's ecstatic to be a Packer. From some people that were there, they said when he came out of the tunnel, said it was the loudest pop they've ever heard in Lambeau.
Well, welcome to Cheeseland, Micah Parsons. What a way to kick it off. The Packers look like they're legit. Are the Lions dead?
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Are the Lions
Same old
dead?
Lions.
Yeah, I'll tell you what.
Oh, no.
Everything we were worried about this whole offseason was exposed yesterday. Detroit is burning to the ground right now. It's not good.
Well, you guys got new coordinators.
Good commercial.
The offensive line is the biggest worry.
Foxy, the Applebee's commercial.
No, even Dan,
You get rings for those?
Dan Campbell's game in that
Onion
one.
rings.
Even he admitted he wasn't as funny in the Applebee's commercials. That was a sign. Let's be honest. That was a sign.
That's not
Oh, no. Not Detroit from 5 years ago.
Yeah, the biggest worry, though, Ragnow being gone was so evident. That's a killer. Long season, though. We got the Bears next. Have to beat them.
I believe in Dan Campbell.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I don't think having a rough start with new coordinators is a bad thing. But, boy, they're going to have to get much better out there for Lions fans not to lose their mind. Let's go to number 3. We got to go back before the weekend. Should be talked about. Herbert's hot hand handles case. This guy was electrifying. This was exactly what Justin Herbert was kind of billed to be. This is what we had all hoped that Justin Herbert could be this season. 2nd year in the Jim Harbaugh culture. And you're talking about Quentin Johnson doing his thing. Keenan Allen, he's back on the Chargers. And what's he doing? Scoring touchdowns again. Justin Herbert was outrageous. I mean, everything he did was seemingly the perfect decision at the right time. His leadership, very evident. His press conference afterwards sounds exactly like a robot. Hey, we need AAI. We need a quarterback. It's tall, handsome. He's going to date another celebrity. Peter to be very happy. I need him to have the proper composure in massive moments. He needs to be able to throw a football like a goddamn animal. Okay, that's what he needs to be able to do. Needs to be able to run people over. Needs to be able to be more physically gifted than everybody else on the field, and also have an incredibly cool ability to slide. And stay in bounds, high football IQ. Let's go ahead and ice and seal this game. But also, whenever he speaks to the media, just needs to say just all the right stuff. Just everything needs to not even come close to being, Yeah, we're just focused on tonight playing our best football. What do you got next week? Well, I think we're going to focus on playing our best football, and we're going to do our thing, it was great to have him in here. He works really hard. We try to work really hard. How do you feel about Coach Harbaugh? He's the best. Every day he's working so hard. It's just every day we're kind of focused on that day that is in front of us, and if we keep stacking days, we're going to be good. Okay, what do you think about your wide receivers? They're all so good. They all run such good. Like, everything he was saying was just super perfect quarterback, movie quarterback, and he has been called the blueprint. He, Josh Allen, the other very tall, very large, very athletic, very fast, very durable guys are like what everybody's looking for. Is this the year, D-Bud? You've been on the Chargers, Justin Herbert hype train for what, 4 or 5 years now?
Since inception.
Since Mr. and Mrs. Staley coaching
Bruce
tree.
And Linda.
Bruce and Linda Staley's coaching tree have come through there. You've been on the Herbert train, I would say, since the beginning. I'll tell you what, Friday had to feel pretty good for that train as they got off the stop down there in Brazil.
Yeah, and even before that, we had a great, Coach B.A. sitting in this chair. When he was here, he asked a great quarterback, if we have a clip, what quarterback would you build your franchise around?
Believe it or not, I like the guy with the Chargers. Just Justin Herbert. I think they've kind of gone by the wayside.
No, and I got a lot of some side eyes up here on the stage. I'm sure it was I saw a bunch of comments on X.
Wow.
And he showed out, man. 25 of 34, 318 yards, just dotting it up. And it was a pass-first offense, too, something you don't expect from Greg Roman, something you don't expect from a Jim Harbaugh football team, just opening up, pass, got after that Spags defense. Everyone was involved. You mentioned Ladd, you mentioned Keenan Allen been back, and Quentin Johnston. If he can continue to play like a first-round pick and ball, they'll be in a great spot. Did the thing with his arm, but with his legs. To end the game once Chris Jones got a little greedy. This is kind of what makes Chris Jones great. You go and take a chance on the edge. You don't dive inside. Herbert gets the edge and seals it with this beautiful slide using his legs to seal this game. So, yeah, Justin Herbert and the Chargers look like they might be the real deal this year.
AFC West has a lot of competitors. Kansas City Chiefs going to have to figure it out pretty quick. Ty, they're getting loud over there in Kansas City and around the world.
I hate to say it. I think the Chiefs might be dead.
No!
They might be.
The Chiefs is still the Chiefs and always will be until these eyes don't see Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Andy Reid, Brett Veach, Spags, and Tobe. The NASCAR, we'll talk about that later. We're running out of time here.
Oh, we need NASCAR.
We will certainly talk about it because that was one of the
I'm saying we need it right now, 140.
Yeah, we need NASCAR. I don't
saying
know if we
just
have
for
enough
this whole
time.
operation.
Yeah, I don't know if we have enough time.
We don't.
So, like, for that NASCAR kick that they did right before half there, there is a cutoff time. They were certainly at it.
Only one play, though. We got two
That
left.
was Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, number 2 headline I think we need to be talking about, Josh Allen and the Bills. In their late night thriller. You all were probably asleep. I fell asleep after watching Lamar Jackson run 200 yards to pick up a first down after he was outrunning the entire Buffalo Bills D-line, and they were up 15. I'm like, well, if this is happening in the fourth quarter, it has seemingly been the Ravens' night to begin with. Josh Allen has certainly made some massive plays, but this Baltimore Ravens team looked unstoppable. And when Lamar's doing this shit in the fourth quarter and they have a lead, my brain just said, you can go to bed now. What did I miss? Record-breaking final 4 minutes where a team is down by 15 with under 4 minutes, 3:59 right there. Bang, 4th and 2. Tip ball, Keon Coleman, touchdown. Well, now we gotta hope for something else good to happen. Well, Derrick Henry, who was having a career evening in Buffalo, going for 100 early, couple touchdowns, does something he never does because Ed Oliver is an absolute monster on that Buffalo Bills D-line. They scoop it. Obviously, Josh Allen and the Bills do what they do. They score, miss the 2-point conversion. Now they're down 2. Baltimore gets the rock back. They can run the clock out. They don't. Leads to what? Matt Prater, 41 years old, walk off. Field goal. Buffalo Bills beat the Baltimore Ravens. What a night for Josh Allen. What a night for the Bills. And the number 1 headline is the Colts going to the Super Bowl.
Wow.
Colts going to win the Super Bowl. And that is no question. And that's because the Big Three, as coined by Edgerrin James, is how I heard it. The Big Three are holding people accountable in that building. Carly, Kaylin, and Casey, congratulations on being undefeated owners. And Danny Dimes, we got a chance to catch up with him earlier today. We'll run that interview in about an hour or so. He is in the perfect place here in Indianapolis. It was fun to watch. Tyler Warren, this guy.
Man.
He's a Sasquatch out there. This dude's unbelievable, and Danny Dimes loves him. Danny Dimes was getting the ball to everybody. I mean, everybody was eating. Jonathan Taylor had a big game. Offensive line did some amazing stuff. I mean, it was the most fun we've ever had in the Lighthouse.
By far.
Since becoming fans of the team. In the suite. It was spectacular, electrifying. Cam Bynum. And I said this to Danny Dimes earlier, which you'll see in the conversation about an hour from now. Cam Bynum, between every single play, was like this. And he gets a turnover. You could see that he is just a juice machine, and he's everywhere. Lou Anarumo's defense held him to a shutout in the first half and only gave up 8 points or whatever it is. And Cam Bynum hit the scene. I mean, that is unbelievable stuff. I wish he would have hit the kip up into the pop lock, but nonetheless, the Colts look different. And with these eyes and boots on the ground, actually, they're going to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
This team's a real deal. 7% optimism in that athletic poll from a lot of people that were AR fans on the internet. And those AR fans were saying a lot of terrible things about me whenever I was pointing out the obvious last year. Okay? And now they were saying very negative things whenever Danny Dimes became our quarterback. And everybody kind of said that this team stunk. Everybody.
Yeah.
People forget we invested in defense. We got a new defensive coordinator. We got dogs across the board over there. And on the offensive side, Danny Dimes has loved his weapons here since the day he got here. The only reason why I know that is because I had a chance to have dinner with him a couple weeks into his stint here, and he started rattling off names, who he likes, how he likes. And you saw Pittman Jr. do his thing, Downs do his thing, Tyler Warren do his thing, Big Mo Ali Cox. Pierce is doing his. There is. We got a team.
Got a squad.
We got a team.
Like our guys.
And shout out to Boss Man, certainly pushing the Pacers on a little bit of run.
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, if Jim Irsay is going to be doing a little bit of run for his Indianapolis Colts, we'll certainly enjoy the ride, brother, one last time. It was a fun day celebrating the boss. A lot of alum came back into town. Saturday night there was a gathering as well. It was a perfect weekend here in Indianapolis for the Colts, and the team looks damn good for real, Condon.
Well, that's the thing, is that it was just justifying watching the entire thing because it was domination. We talked about some of the games earlier, like the Packers, they dominated the Lions start to finish. The Colts are one of those teams who dominated week one, the Dolphins, from start to finish. And when you just look at all of those weapons that you just mentioned, this is why living in Indianapolis and watching this team has been such a nightmare for the past 5 years, because this wasn't the first time they've been out on the field with all these great players, all these great receivers, all these great players on defense, and performed well. That's why it is stunk, because we've seen the potential. You see A.D. Mitchell, Pierce, Downs, Tyler Warren now, Pittman, like all those dudes have been there, minus Warren, and they haven't had a quarterback like Dan Jones. They haven't had an O-line play that well like they did yesterday. It was just a big time, okay, so we haven't been watching or talking about the Colts like absolute idiots. They have been this good. They just needed a quarterback to come in, and Danny Dimes is the guy.
A lot of pressure on them, too.
Yeah, a lot on the Colts as a whole.
On Dan Jones specifically, because you come in and you have a very publicized quarterback battle. We know what he did in New York and what that was. But so it's a lot of pressure for him to come in and, okay, now it's obvious that he won this job. And then when I reached out to people in the building once he was named the starter, nobody was surprised, and now you see why. And then the game plan. You'll see it more in the conversation with Dan, but it was pass out of the gate, and I definitely didn't expect that. But yeah, he showed up, and then his defense, Lou Anarumo, been in a new spot with a bunch of new pieces. They were 7 minutes away from a shutout. Crazy. So yeah, all things are clicking right now for the Colts.
Indiana Jones in the Dimes dive, brother. We're about to have a run over here. And Tyler Warren ain't from here.
Nope. No.
He is gigantic.
Add him to the list.
And I think he might have the head, the skull, like AJ has one of these ones.
Yeah.
Just a super thick, massive head.
Like a cannonball.
It is like cannonball.
Yeah.
It would have to be to survive that hit we saw at Penn State.
Correct.
Yes.
The way his head snapped off that.
It's the most violent thing I've ever seen in person.
Just complete bang. And then he just, oh shit.
Yeah.
And then
he got a handoff on the next play.
Yeah, his hair. He is awesome. And we got OGs that are good. But you're right. It was kind of justifying.
Just thank goodness what we've been seeing and talking about isn't just us.
Well, and Chris Ballard's probably thinking the same thing.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
Thank Jesus Christ. I thought we've had a good team for a while. Okay, quickly, D, but you heard the top five there. Anything we missed that people definitely need to know about?
Oh, speaking of violence, I saw something violent yesterday. Out there with the Rams, Puka Nacua, an absolute dog, friend of the program, took a nasty, nasty hit from that nasty Houston Texans defense. But guess what? He didn't cry. He didn't pop. He went back to the locker room, showed his quarterback, all right, go patch that shit up and get back out here. Need you 12. And he came back out and he showed up, and they got a big-time win. Tough opponent. Look, week one, it's all about getting a win, regardless of how ugly, how pretty it is. You want to get that win. But it's not just about offense. That defense, Shula got the boys still hunting. Landman had a huge, huge punch out. But this is the coverage Durant right here with this nasty interception on the sideline. Just nasty. Had to replay it to make sure it was an interception like they do all turnovers. Just
that
nasty.
guy's name is Landman?
No, this is Durant. This is Landman right here. Yes, and this punch out is phenomenal. The peanut punch, Marlon Humphrey, all these guys have made it famous. Not even going in thinking about a tackle, just going in with an actual laser missile on that punch out. Unbelievable turnover. Rams found a gritty win. And the recovery. The recovery is just as nasty and as athletic as the punch out. This was one great game. Another great game down there in the NFC South. Something we didn't talk about. The Tampa Bay Bucs and the Atlanta Falcons.
Who is Landman? Hold on.
That is
his first name like Rock Landman?
I will never say his first name.
Punching Landman.
Slamman. Boom. Landman.
Landman. Yeah, exactly. Okay, all right, sorry.
But
that's a great name.
Something else you definitely got to talk about. It was a great game down there in NFC South, which is they always have bangers week in and week out. But Michael Penix Jr., first of all, the Falcons made the right decision. They made the right draft choice. And the Falcons are going to be all right. It's a big-time throw in the fourth quarter to get his team in a position to come down and possibly win this game. Ray McLeod had 2 phenomenal diving plays. This one was a 4th down scramble to the left where he dove and got the first down and made it a goal-to-go situation. Unbelievable athleticism here. We know what he can do throwing the ball, but this is just showing off his athleticism. And it didn't stop there. He had another one here, another one 4th and goal where he had to stretch out, keep all his lower extremities off the ground, and get the ball to break that plane to get this game close. But, it started off a little shaky. Atlanta looked better on defense as well, but they got a superstar, a budding superstar over there, wide receiver, Ibuka. And we saw him during the whole Ohio State run. He's always kind of the guy not talked about, but he always shows up in the biggest moments. This was an absolutely nasty throw, a seed, and a great throw. And then a great throw and catch here to basically go up and win the game. Just big-time player. I think he will become that wide receiver one. We know Mike Evans, he'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer, or should be. Chris Godwin will get back in the fold at some point. We got Irvin, we got all these other pieces, but Ibuka, you will not be able to deny him. He'll get open, he'll make big-time plays week in and week out.
And he's going to be nothing but a perfect teammate down there.
Yep, for sure.
You know, Marvin Harrison Jr. was the big conversation at Ohio State whenever he was there. Then Jeremiah Smith was the big conversation whenever he was there. And what did he do? Oh, just be the second leading receiver every single year.
Yep.
He's not as the one. So he won't get into shit. Seems like he'll be a great teammate.
Oh, yeah.
Block his ass off.
Smart.
Everything about him. Yeah, knows where to play everywhere. He's durable, reliable. He's like Terry McLaurin. Yeah, I'm excited to watch him. And shout out to the Buccaneers getting a big-time win. Falcons' defense was playing pretty good there.
Yeah, they were.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they get it figured out. And Penix being a guy is certainly sweet. All right, last, before we get to Adam Schefter, the G's Louise play of the moment of the weekend. It was last night.
Yeah, it was.
Baltimore Ravens scored a touchdown. Derrick Henry's back in there. Guy in the crowd. D-Hop catches the one-handed, swipes D-Hop's head, and then pushes Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, get the fuck out. What are you?
What world?
Get your hands off of me. Joining us now to hopefully explain this Jeez Louise moment from last night, senior NFL insider from ESPN, Adam Schefter. Schefter, you look amazing. Thank you for waiting alongside of us. We have no idea how long this segment's going to be every single week, especially because we just started it. But that type of interaction, how do we think the league plays this out? Do we think they shake hands, move on, that kid's banned? You think Lamar high fives? What do you think happens there?
I think it provides a good time for the league to remind players not to touch the fans, but clearly the Bills should be taking action against that particular fan, because no fan should ever be allowed to touch a player. They shouldn't be close enough to do that. And I don't think Lamar was right for doing it. I understand why he did it, but to me, there shouldn't be any discipline involved here.
Agreed.
Everybody's got to keep that. Everybody's got to keep their hands to themselves. And to me, this would be a time for the league to send out a warning, reminding players not to get involved with fans if they can.
See, on the complete flip side, I wasn't saying there was anything wrong with Lamar there. So this is the non.
Shefty's never played a game.
We're going that route again.
We're joking. But I immediately, as soon as I watched it, I'm like, yeah, don't hit my teammate in the head. Don't hit me in the head. Like, that is literally my first thought. I'm happy to hear it out of the Bills and the Ravens. Let's move along. Yeah. Hey, what are the big storylines coming out of yesterday that we should maybe pay attention to, pal?
All right, Pat, let's rip them off for you. I think we start with the New York Giants and the fact that Brian Daboll, the head coach, declined to commit to Russell Wilson as his starting quarterback after the game, despite repeated chances to do so. The time to go to Jackson Dart, the Giants' rookie first-round draft pick, is coming. We don't know whether it's going to be this week, next month, but make no mistake about it, Jackson Dart's time as the starting quarterback of the Giants is coming. We had a number of notable tight end injuries. Brock Bowers left the game with a knee injury that he said after the game he didn't think was serious. George Kittle, the great 49ers tight end, left the game with a hamstring injury early on, did not return. You would have to figure that would sideline him for a little bit here, and the Broncos tight end Evan Ingram left the game with a calf injury. We'll see if he misses any time. And to talk about the entire week as well, We'll probably hear something from the NFL today regarding Jalen Carter and his spitting incident with Dak Prescott. We'll see whether the league decides to take additional action. Usually in the past, they have not. They've let the one-game suspension stand. In this particular case, I think back to what Troy Vincent, the NFL executive vice president, told NFL executives and GMs and coaches at the owners' meetings in the spring. He said, we are not going to tolerate anything that demeans the game. We want only good sportsmanship, and there'll be zero tolerance involved. We'll see how the league decides to handle that. And in regards to tonight's game, the Vikings and Bears, Harrison Smith did not make the trip for the Minnesota Vikings.
Wow.
The Vikings have, but the Chicago Bears have no sympathy for the Vikings because they have a number of question marks around a number of their defensive backs. Jalen Johnson listed as questionable. I don't know that he's going to go tonight. I have my doubts about whether he's going to play tonight. Tyler Gordon put on the injury report with a hamstring injury. I don't know that he's going to play tonight.
Oh, no.
So the Bears could be down Jalen Johnson. They could be down Kyler Gordon. They could be down any number of defensive backs as J.J. McCarthy makes his first NFL start. People forget that. He didn't play at all last year. He was the only quarterback from the great class of 2024 that didn't take a snap in a regular season game. He gets to start tonight, and Pat, he grew up in Chicago as a Bears fan. The first ever NFL game he attended, the very first NFL game that he ever attended was at Soldier Field, Bears-Vikings. Remember the game where Adrian Peterson ripped off those runs as a rookie running back? That was J.J. McCarthy's first game as an NFL fan tonight. He'll have the opportunity to go and be the starting quarterback for the Vikings, and you have to figure some young Chicago Bears fan is going to be going to his first game tonight, and he'll get to see J.J. McCarthy in uniform against a depleted Bears secondary.
Well, shout out to that future J.J. McCarthy that's attending his first ever game tonight, Monday Night Football. Let's have a good one. Congrats to J.J. McCarthy having this be his debut. What a magical moment, honestly.
So cool.
Last season had to suck for him. Obviously, everybody talks about his uber competitive spirit and his leadership abilities. So having your entire career basically stop before it can even get started had to suck. I'm excited to see what he's able to do with Kevin O'Connell. I'm excited to see what he's able to do with this offense. Obviously, Justin Jefferson is absolutely insane on a football field. He's always open. And for Caleb Williams, we've seen some great out of him, right, in the preseason? There were some great moments. And then obviously there is always going to be negative chatter until they have some sort of success. Tonight could be a brand new era for both of these teams. The J.J. McCarthy era potentially begins in a huge way. And Ben Johnson, the super genius, first-time head coach, could kick off in a beautiful fashion as well. Schefter, hey, I feel like we just did the first 15. I feel like we just did the first 15. 32 minutes. It's first 15 plays.
Exactly.
Yeah, there's a 15-minute clock just on there.
It's sometimes a 15-play drive, might only say 8 minutes, but in real time, that's 35 minutes of real
Bingo.
time.
Boom. Play time. Yes.
Well said.
That is a good call.
Some things have commercials.
That is a good call.
We know that's like, right? We're all watching the game, and I said to my wife, there's only 2 minutes left. She goes, oh, yeah, so it'll be over in, 46 minutes, right? Yeah, exactly.
That is.
She gets it.
Especially if it's a good game like last night was insane. I mean, they're going to certainly drain some of those commercial opportunities out, which, by the way, we all watch Red Zone?
No, it sucked.
Oh, did it? Wow. Did everybody watch? They're going to show a big decline, I see, in Red Zone.
Huge.
Because the things that I was being told, just me personally, for saying that we do not care, meaning we will watch.
Didn't even notice it.
Really?
Who's not watching it in the quad box? You just look at something else.
I did notice.
Speaking of
Wingstop.
Hey, good play by them, by the way.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, and maybe somebody did look into how much are those, just as a nice little full commercial. I'd rather not commercials, okay? But if the NFL is going to utilize an opportunity to make money, we know they're going to do that. And we are going to watch Red Zone Channel because it's like the greatest invention in sports television, I think, because of how great it is. And to everybody's point here, we still watch, right? Now, granted, people watching might not have, and I want to let you know, I appreciate you taking that stand.
Hell yeah.
I do. We need more people like you. That being said, you missed a great day on there.
Fantastic.
Hey, Scott Hansen.
Did you see the behind the scenes?
Oh,
Scott?
yeah.
Cooking.
Oh, yeah.
Green screen.
Yep, going nuts.
Yeah. It's great invention.
Football's back.
yeah.
Great invention. Speaking of YouTube TV, every game, every Sunday, all in one place with NFL Sunday Ticket. Don't like this. Don't like what's going on here.
No, not at all.
Not one bit. New users now pay only $34.50 per month for your first 8 months.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
$34
Pretty good.
for YouTube TV. Every game, every Sunday, all in one place, first 8 months for new users. Catch your favorite live NFL moments with the most live NFL action in one place. Scan the QR code right now and choose the plan that's right for you.
Okay.
Shout out to YouTube TV. Shout out to you, Schefter. All right, let's talk about some other stories that you did not bring up there. Although, a lot of insane, Russell Wilson, maybe not starters. This Jackson Dart time. Is that what we're seeing? That's a kind of
He was ready.
Should be.
He was
ready.
iced out.
He was ready.
He had it all. I mean, I want to see him do good
Yes.
in New York.
It'll be good.
New Jersey, actually. But
You get it.
J.J. Watt did a great job. Feathery hair.
Yep.
Fantastic choice, Jay.
Let's talk about some other storylines. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Shefty, a few more injuries happening yesterday. Christian McCaffrey, not one of those, however, which was great news. He looked unbelievable. Are we okay now on the McCaffrey calf? Was that more of like a throwback joke by chance? But then also Kittle goes down with a hamstring after scoring a touchdown. What's going on with him? And should we look for the Niners to be one of those teams to sign somebody now that Kittle's hurt?
Well, first of all, that tight end that replaced him, Jake Tongs, made an unbelievable catch to help him in that game. So I think that they feel pretty good about their tight ends right now. They signed another tight end from Jacksonville during the offseason, Luke Farrell, or Farrell, however you pronounce the last name. Forgive me for not getting it maybe right. So they have tight ends. They'll make do without Kittle. And I would imagine with the hamstring injury, he'll miss some time. Now, Christian McCaffrey, what happened there was on Thursday, he felt something in his calf. It didn't feel right, whether it was a cramp, whatever it was. They sent him for an MRI. The MRI came back completely clean. And obviously, it just acted up that moment. He took off on Friday. He himself said it was overblown. Now, again, when you're talking about one of the elite offensive players in the game who missed as much time as he did last year and has what the team is calling a calf injury, there's nothing that can be overblown about that. Nothing. But the fact of the matter is, it was not any type of serious injury at all. He was ready to go, and they had no questions going into the game. Talking to the 49ers over the weekend, they're like, nope, he's good to go. Not an issue. He'll be all ready. You don't touch the football as often as you did yesterday if it was a major concern.
Seattle's got a stingy D.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
Seattle's got nobody talks about them because it's so far away. We apologize. And they're still, in everybody else's eyes nationally, turnover phase with McDonald out of Baltimore going over there and then painting over the walls and Sam Darnold and everything happening. But watch them against the Niners, and I got high faith for the 49ers. Obviously, Purdy throws a couple bad picks early. But that's because Seattle's doing their thing. So I think we should pay a little bit more respect to the Seahawks.
Saleh, too. Saleh being back. I don't know if it was just overall sideline vibes, but him and Shanahan celebrating together after Bosa's game-sealing sack right here was unbelievable when you just look at the Niners coming out and dominating the Seahawks.
I mean, that's potentially a touchdown that Sam Darnold's thrown right there.
Yeah,
and the Seahawks beat the 49ers week 1, and we are having a very, very different conversation. Instead, the Jungle Cat Bosa closes the game.
Jeez.
Congrats to the Niners on a huge win. And also, the Seattle Seahawks, I think, going to be a team. Yeah. I'm very, very pumped for them. Now, let's go to a team that a lot of people are out on, but I don't think they should be. They ran into a juggernaut yesterday in Lucas Oil Stadium. Miami Dolphins situations are going to be all brought back to the surface. Everything we alluded to in the offseason, as you may be getting breaking news at the time, and I'm just filling until you good? Yeah. All right, sweet. Everything.
Kendrick Bourne to the Niners on a 1-year deal.
Okay. That's big news.
Okay. Directly after the question.
Yes, I got that.
Yeah, so they are adding a pass catcher. Okay.
Which is where he started. Started in San Fran, went to New England, back to San Fran.
Looked like they could use it yesterday.
Thank you for that breaking news there, Shefty.
Hell yeah, Shefty.
And we don't know what other breaking news is going to come through on this particular Overreaction Monday, but there is one reaction coming from all of South Florida, and it's, oh, no, we're dead. Now, on that note, Ty has a question for you, Shefty.
Yeah, Shefty, after yesterday, we basically had the definition of what belt to ass looks like after the Colts beat the hell out of the Dolphins. And then a lot of people were talking about, Mike McDaniel and, Tyreek Hill and the body language and him being upset because they were getting killed. He wasn't getting the ball, et cetera, et cetera. Are we going to get like a State of the Union on the Dolphins here? We're talking about teams in need of pass catchers. Is Tyreek Hill going to be traded within the next few? I mean, we were talking about it before the show. It just almost makes sense with Xavier Worthy getting hurt for the Chiefs, too. We're going to see Tyreek Hill in a Chiefs uniform within a few weeks here.
Whoa. That's a big move.
I don't know about him going to the Chiefs, and I don't think the Dolphins are thinking of trading Tyreek Hill now. But if the season continues to go this way, obviously you'd have to think that all options will be on the table at that point in time. They're trying to turn things around. It's one game on the road in Indianapolis against a Colts team that hadn't won an opener in almost 4,400 days, that came in inspired with Jim Irsay being inducted into the Ring of Honor. I'm just up 4,400 days, Pat. But the Colts came out with the fury of 4,400 days of non-opening day wins behind them, and they laid out the Dolphins. But the Dolphins still think they have a good team. Now, again, it's up to them to go out and prove it. So they're not going to trade away Tyreek Hill now.
Really good.
If they have more games like that and the losses start piling up, I think all of us logically would have to think at that point in time, you start looking to the future. But they're not there right now after week one. But Tyreek Hill, he has been missing that big play explosion. It's been exactly a year since he had his last play of over 30 yards. They need to get him going.
What?
Major weapon.
Yeah,
There it is.
What?
There it is.
Yeah.
Happy anniversary. Or unhappy anniversary.
It was a leap year, though, so maybe we wait till tomorrow.
Good point.
Jeez.
That's unbelievable.
This guy hasn't had a
He's the deep ball guy.
cheetah. He was.
How'd they get cardio?
He's still fast. I saw it this summer.
I saw him on the field. He was still fast. I mean, he was still able
Very,
to move.
yeah.
We caught him, though, I think, a couple times. There was
Yeah.
a couple situations where I didn't think Human was going to get to him and got to him. And him on the sideline, Shefty, he's the number one wide receiver. They're paying him a lot of money, and they're getting killed. I'm happy he's upset. That could be much worse.
Yeah.
You know, so like people are trying to obviously call this a massive crash out and stuff on the internet, classic internet.
Classic.
I think this is much better than what it could have been. And also, I like that he's mad. Like, should have been.
Get me the ball.
Yeah, it's been 365 days since I've got anything. I appreciate it. It did not look good though. Gumpy, do you like what Shefty's saying there as a Dolphins fan? You had a long day in the Loud House yesterday, Gumpy. Long day out there.
Yeah, it was by far the worst performance they've ever had with McDaniel and Tua healthy, by far, start to finish. Tua wasn't even accurate. I've never seen him look that bad when he hasn't been hurt, and he was decently protected. He was top 5 protected in the league yesterday.
I appreciate that you stuck in there, though. He did.
Yeah, kept sitting in the front row.
Front row.
Had his Dolphins gear on.
Isolated, sitting all by himself, front row. Everybody saw him, and everybody had something to say.
Yeah.
It was a nice walk home yesterday.
Yeah, I bet it was.
Blue was real pumped to
Very
see.
positive. Speaking of a walk home, let's talk about a walk off. Chris Boswell is an absolute monster. The Wizard of Boz has been on a heater for like 10 years. AP Tone, you said just a couple weeks ago, Cam Hayward, okay. Chris Boswell, give him whatever the hell he wants. If he wants an extra $1 million, let's do it. Because the Pittsburgh Steelers, from Jeff Reed until Boz, were looking for a kicker. He has been the guy in a very tough division with tough stadiums, and he very rarely ever misses. Yesterday, 60-yarder to win it.
Yeah, I looked it up yesterday. I believe he's the third most accurate kicker of all time. And it's not short kicks, it's long ones. Yesterday, he had a 56 and a 60. And I believe Shefty was on the call when I said pay him $50 million. We looking at a Chris Boswell pay bump anytime soon, Shefty?
He hadn't gotten one going into the opener. I know he wanted one. I don't think he was particularly pleased about it. But the fact of the matter is, that guy is an incredible kicker. That 60-yarder would have been good from, it feels like 70 yards. And he's been so accurate. And you see that guy's disposition. He's unbelievable the way he carries himself. Great kicker.
I like that.
Tried to get a raise. Hasn't gotten the raise. We'll see if the Steelers budget all there.
Hits a 60-yard game winner week 1. With the whole new team, probably gets a raise.
Yeah, should.
If I had to guess, there's going to be some incentive-based raises probably coming out of the Boz a little bit.
Like if he allegedly had allegedly had a tree company or something like that.
Oh, you're talking about like a allegedly like a front.
Like if he started working for Frank Morano's concrete company.
Which, by the way, I do think they need some good workers because Frank needs to not be out there pouring concrete every goddamn day for the rest of his life.
Brother. Yeah.
His knees. This guy's knees.
It's a good idea.
Boswell's boots.
Something to think about.
Perhaps. Maybe he's selling fake shoes. Allegedly.
They can find him some money, I'd assume.
I hope
they're able to do that. Big win for them. How do you think the Steelers feel about everything they had going on yesterday? Cam Hayward, Mike Tomlin, obviously waiting for Aaron Rodgers. Huge part of the storyline of the offseason. DK Metcalf has a big game. Jalen Ramsey wins the game for him. I mean, everything that is...
Jonnu Smith touchdown.
Huge plays out of Jonnu Smith. Everything, Artie Smith's offense looking good. I mean, everything that was talked about kind of came to fruition yesterday, and they get a huge win. What are your thoughts on the Steelers' world?
You know, the Steelers won as many games this season after one game in which they allowed 30-plus points as they did in the previous 6 years. So they had gone 6 years without giving up that many points and scoring that many points to win. They won in an unconventional way. We talked during the offseason about how these were not your father's Steelers. They were going out, making trades, doing deals, making big-time acquisitions. Like, we never see the Steelers act like that. Well, guess what? We never see the Steelers win games in shootouts like this, the way that Aaron Rodgers did yesterday in New York against the Jets. Obviously, he took it personally, but they win 34-32. Chris Boswell, in the past, when some team has scored over 30 against Pittsburgh, which doesn't happen very much, they don't score over 30 to win that game. Yesterday was the first time they did that in 7 seasons, so clearly this team can do it a lot of different ways, and Rodgers is inspired, and Jalen Ramsey comes up there and lays the wood on Garrett Wilson to close out the game at the end of the game, another one of those acquisitions. And so, that's a strong start for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers showed everybody he could still play. Great big win for Pittsburgh.
Huge win for Pittsburgh. Huge win for their fans. Also respect and love the fact that Jalen Ramsey didn't want to disrespect Tomlin or the Steelers by taking his helmet off and getting a 15-yarder there. But also, game's over.
Yeah.
You saw him for like 10 yards. Like, am I taking this off?
Tell you what, he flirts with it all game long.
And it was discipline. It was like, keep it on. All right, I'm not happy about it. Gotta get, I love
and then
that.
cut back and it's gone.
Yeah, and then it gets off the field. I think I'm allowed off the field. Yeah, it was a cool moment for them. Speaking of cool moment, had a guy play on both sides of the ball. How long will it last? What did it look like? We shall see. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Schefter, Travis Hunter was listed as wide receiver 2, I believe, starting. And then he played like 10% of the defensive snaps for the Jags. Weird game with it being a 1 o'clock start. Then it's delayed. It doesn't really finish till 5. It was just odd all day. But what did you think about Travis Hunter? Do you see him kind of going with this route, all offense and then just a little defense? And also just a PSA to people, stop saying bad things about him because of the way he looks on the internet. His new haircut looks great, and Travis Hunter's a great player.
We agree.
I saw nice things. It was
I saw
the other
only
receiver for the other team. I saw some mean things. But
I've seen only mean
Well, go
things
ahead,
about
Shefty,
Travis
sorry.
Hunter on the internet lately.
Well, your algorithm maybe needs to be a little bit kinder to a guy playing on both sides of the ball for the first time in the history of the fucking NFL.
To be fair, the algorithm is still throwing 100 on the block. They were hilarious memes, but I'm just saying they are very uncalled for. You should not be doing that.
The internet's a creative place.
Yeah.
Very creative.
Well, here's what I'd say. The plan going in was to have him yesterday as a full-time receiver, a situational defensive back, and that's exactly what they did. He played regularly at wide receiver, situationally at cornerback, and there are going to be games this year where they're going to start him at receiver and cornerback. Now, there have been only 3 players that have done that in NFL history. Deion Sanders, Champ Bailey, and Antonio Cromartie starting games on both sides of the football. 2 of those 3 are in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Travis Hunter is going to become the 4th one to do it at some point this season, but they wanted to obviously have him involved more so as a wide receiver to open the season, and they're going to evaluate that on a week-to-week basis. We might this week, for instance, get Travis Hunter more as a defensive back and situationally as a receiver. It certainly sounds like they are determined to use him as a receiver. They'll build up his work as a defensive back, but it's something that they're going to be deciding on a week-to-week basis, deciding how to use him. And again, guy's a great player. They're going to want him on the football field, and he'll be out there playing.
Shad Khan, owner's excited for it.
Yeah,
here's him after the big-time win for Liam Cohen, Stoner, Travis Hunter, and the boys to start the season.
This is what we envisioned in January, okay? Yes, sir. It's happening here in September. Gonna go on forever!
Yes! That's right. That's right. There's a man that's invested a lot of money in that team. A lot of money in that team, hoping that they would become good. And it's like you bring Liam Cohen in there, you got Stoner in there, you draft Travis Hunter. It's like, are the Jacksonville Jaguars on the right path? It looks like it at this point. And if it wasn't an offensive head coach, okay, if it was a defensive head coach, I wonder if Travis Hunter DB full-time with a wide receiver on the other side. Because Liam Cohen calling plays. Head coach.
Good play caller.
We got a guy who is dynamic as a wide receiver.
I'll take him over here.
Yeah, we certainly would like to have our side be successful. Now, I'm not saying that he doesn't want the entire team to win. He definitely does. But it's natural. Like Bruce Arians told us last week, he said to Tom, whenever Tom joined with the Buccaneers, first time offensive coach as the head coach. So whenever are we thinking about going for it, or are we thinking about doing this? He's like, yeah, baby, we're fucking going. Yeah, absolutely.
Up by 10 in the third quarter, expecting to run it out.
Yeah, we're taking shots. Yeah, what are we talking about?
Score points.
Yeah,
we're going to score points.
It's like just naturally. It's just a natural, different viewpoint in it. So I think they're going to definitely play him on defense, especially after Stoner's promo the day after the draft. But it's like Liam Cohen also like, this guy's a dynamic number one wide receiver, too. Let's not lose our minds.
And you got Trevor Lawrence there, who you already paid. You drafted number one. This is a big year for him, but you're Liam Cohen. You chose that job. Like, this is a quarterback that you want to give all the resources and everything, to put him in a position to succeed. But talking about Travis Hunter, another wide receiver. I know Todd mentioned Tyreek possibly going back to Kansas City. Big injury there with Xavier Worthy, week one, getting knocked out of the game pretty early on with the shoulder. Any update there? What's going on with Xavier Worthy and his shoulder?
I think he's probably going to miss a little bit of time here. He'll probably be week to week with that dislocated shoulder. Obviously, went down there, went out of the game, did not come back. They sent him for tests, and they don't think it's too bad, too serious, but it does look like he could miss a little bit of time here. So you have no Xavier Worthy right now. Rashee Rice misses the first 6 games. So they're a little shorthanded there right now with some of their playmakers at the wide receiver position in Kansas City. And by the way, they have the Eagles coming in on Sunday, and that'll be an interesting little matchup there.
Last question here. Definitely an interesting little matchup there. Hey, Chiefs, I still believe.
Me too.
Justin Herbert looked unbelievable.
Yeah, you rolled through that schedule.
He looks unbelievable. And if Philadelphia Eagles coming up next, okay, they look good too.
Yeah, they do.
They got some questions at corner.
Okay, so let's hope that Patrick Mahomes and the boys go ahead. But I'm a believer in the Chiefs. If Travis is playing, and the reason why that happened to Xavier Worthy is because Travis is a moving freight train, and he got blindsided there out of nowhere. Yeah. I mean, that is
Great
no
reroute.
fun.
Derwin James, great reroute.
Well, it felt like it was a little made pass interference.
No.
Yeah, first 5 yards, you're like, it seemed like they were getting a little hands.
Changed the whole game.
And also, Travis Kelce gets punched in the mouth.
Now, that was,
first of all, an incredible open hand punch.
Yeah, tart.
I will say. That's a talented palm to the face.
Did you know that open hand slaps are okay, apparently? I heard that from the rules guy. I don't know who it was, but
that was a terrible thing to say publicly. It was not Mr. Beast.
He owns the. Does he still own the league?
I think it was just for that first night on YouTube. Which, by the way, congrats to YouTube getting an NFL game. We are very pumped. YouTube has never viewed us as YouTubers. We built our entire business on YouTube.
Which I appreciate now.
Yeah, we are very thankful that they have it. But we are very pumped that YouTube's getting into the NFL. Like, very, very pumped about that. YouTube's platform is awesome. I mean, it's for creators. It's for entrepreneurs. It's a great platform. And it's obviously worldwide. Why? Google pretty big.
Yeah.
So I'm happy that they're dabbling into the NFL, into live games. Yeah, they got it off the ground. There was I didn't see any none of that, right?
No. Nope.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. That's what I'm talking about. Tonight, you rattled off a bunch of things we need to think about. A bunch of people not playing.
Darrisaw, Jalen Johnson, Gordon. Anybody else? Shefty or what?
Well, I mean, the Vikings are missing Harrison Smith. They're missing some guys. Obviously, Jordan Addison is suspended for 3 games. This will be the first of 3 games that he misses. They're getting back their wide receiver. Ooh. Yeah, they're getting back Jalen Naylor, who had a hand injury in camp. He'll be out there tonight. Adam Thielen returns to the lineup tonight for the Vikings.
Nice.
Again, a lot of positions in flux. There's the injury report that they put out this past week. So both teams have some obstacles to overcome tonight in the opening Monday night game of the year.
Yeah, but you'll get through all those obstacles and let us know what the hell they're battling. And we appreciate that, Shefty. You're the man.
Did that work out for you, the 90 seconds, Pat? We good there?
I think it was good, yeah. We're trying to put this first 15 together because I think it's a good idea. Because all of our podcasts are only 2.5 to 3 hours. Okay, so that's a really long time for people to commit to. So I've tried to, let's just hit a first, little weekly wrap up. And that kind of sets the tone for everything else. And then we can kind of sprinkle in whatever we missed. Yeah, you play a vital part of that. So I appreciate you doing that.
It's an honor. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me today. And enjoy the game tonight.
Yeah, but what you did today means nothing for next Monday.
Yeah, don't you forget it.
That's for all of us.
Hey,
that's for all
exactly.
Of us.
That's the way the league operates. That's the way it works, right?
100%.
Yeah. Got to prove yourself again next week.
Not just next week.
Today.
Week after.
Next post.
Week after.
Next week. Next day. Next minute.
Next
Next
breath.
word.
Yeah.
And that's what you've done for so long. We appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, Adam Schefter.
Hey. I got a question for you.
Why was the first 15, 32 minutes?
No.
We explained.
We already went over that.
I think most of us, understand that. Are you surprised that Sean Conn did a kind of like a wrestling promo to celebrate the win, just because kind of takes away from Liam Cohen's first victory?
All right, okay.
That's my favorite video of all time.
Of all time.
I'm not kidding. Yeah.
That was my first time.
Yeah. Forever!
Think about it. He built 2 pools.
Oh, yeah.
In the stadium just to get people. Like, okay, you don't want to watch our team play. Shit, come have a pool day. Okay, on a Sunday, we'll have the best pool in the city.
$20 all you can eat.
Please come. Just what he has done, everything he possibly could. Pay whoever. New coach. You want to build a new city? Yeah. I'll build a new city.
Yeah.
Everything he is committed. Shad Khan, since when we were playing against him and he took over, it's like he is clearly just like, I would like this team to be good.
Mm-hmm.
And for whatever reason, it just has not. One reason after another, whatever it is.
A lot of them.
And their fans, it's hot as shit down there for a large portion of the day. Then it gets a little chilly towards the end. But towards the end of the seasons, a lot of them, they have like really not much to pull.
Yeah.
Show up, and they are menaces.
Yeah.
Their fan bases are menaces. Their fan base is menaces. So it's like, I got a lot of respect for what's going on down there, but I don't think anybody ever really takes the Jacksonville Jaguars seriously. And Shad Khan has been fighting that for a long time. If the Jacksonville Jaguars beat the Colts in a season, people celebrate it. Like, that is what they're aiming for. If they were to win down there, like they were so close to with Blake Bortles, and then it all kind of fell apart. If they were to win down there, I think Shad Khan would be deserving of quite a hate. Way to go, buddy. You've really gone all in this entire thing.
But also, we need those videos every single week now. Because now all I'm thinking about, and I hope this isn't the case, but like now I kind of want to see the Jags get beat by 5 touchdowns next week, just to see him come in and see
what your problem.
and see what he says. Because that's must see.
Come on,
TV.
Shad brought back wrestling promos to sports.
I'm glad for it too.
Yeah, it was good. Jacket was sweet too.
Jacket was sweet. Yeah, but to Ty's point, him boozed up after a loss. Holy hell.
Yeah. Wrestling promos are good. That's normally what.
We know forever.
Yeah. Let's get to a break.
Come on, dude. Freaking set you up there.
Yeah, but Coach Corso got some of the best promos in the history of sports.
Those are headgear picks, I thought.
That's different.
We'll see you on the other side. See you then.
It is close to $1 million in prizes. Maybe we'll break that today. Over $1 million to charity for a total of over $2 million given away. I got a feeling you might have somebody with a leg pat trying to take some more of your money.
Yeah, Reese, I appreciate you saying that it's my money. My wife, my daughter, and my mom are happy to hear that reiterated. I think it's very clear that no business would actually sign up to give away $250,000. Jack, what year are you here at Oklahoma?
Freshman.
You're a freshman,
yes,
okay.
Okay.
You're from Houston. What's your major here?
Accounting.
Okay, so it's going to be tough to count all the dollars if you make this kick. Have you ever kicked before?
I did one time. It was kickoff in a JV game.
How was it? Was it terrible? Did you kick it out of bounds?
Sucked. It sucked.
I like that.
He came prepared.
Look at this. Guy brought cleats.
First
Guy
ever.
brought cleats. What is your mindset as you know it?
Honestly, I'm clear-minded. I've been listening to a lot of music, so I'm locked in right now.
Who are you listening to?
Frank Ocean.
All right. Why don't we up this to $200,000 to you? And we'll keep the $100,000 donation for the light beneath the well that obviously the Michigan player is doing to make the world better. Michigan, Oklahoma potentially coming together. You're a lefty here, okay? If Ernest Hausman can dig some wells, you can somehow pull a rabbit out of the hat and hit a 30-yard field goal, not only for your bank account, you accountant, but also for the world. Go on, Jack! So much more. All right, let's go. Jack, come here, Jack. Jack. Oh, shit. Okay.
the week.
Jack, come here, buddy.
The scouting report did not have that going through.
Okay, so it was a $100,000 kick.
Son of a bitch.
It ends up being $200,000 to you, $100 to Ernest Hausman's The Light Beneath the Well, $550,000 in total over the first 2 weeks. Jack, congrats, dude. That was unbelievable.
What just happened? I can't believe you hit that.
It was all worth it, bringing the cleats, doing the whole thing.
Sir. How close did that come?
2 yards.
2 yards, you cleared it by. Congrats, Jack. Let me sign this check. What a magical morning here in Norman. Thank you, Ruby.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey, why? Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you ping. Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this Overreaction Monday, September 8th, 2025. Hour 2 of the program begins now. Football is magical. The Toxic Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. The Patriots dead?
Probably. May's really good. I do think the Raiders are worth talking about. Geno looked fantastic. Pete Carroll in his debut. The defense, Ginty looked the part. Bowers, their offense. Bowers. I mean, the whole nine.
Yeah, but the thing you said was, hey, if we talk about the Patriots-Raiders, there's one thing that really needs to be talked about. And you said, exact words, Max Crosby just wrecks the entire thing.
Yeah, he's a huge asshole. I mean, just not having him on your team is one of those things, and I'm sure it's like how Ty felt with Micah. Like, if you have one of those guys, it must feel great watching him because he's always there. I mean, the interception Drake May threw, who's there? Max Crosby in his face. The reason, May can't step up is because Max Crosby's a freak of nature. I mean, Will Campbell saw it, but if you're going to have a rookie tackle out there, you're probably going to have a little bit of a problem when Max Crosby's there. And then it's more so the extracurriculars too. Like, hey man, you don't got to be a prick. You don't have to talk.
No, he kind of does. That's kind of his thing.
That's his game. I know, but when you're playing him, it's like, hey dude, relax. Like, hey, we have you. Does he know Bubby Spillane's on the Patriots now? He likes Bob Spillane. I know he does. But then here we go. He's basically, getting in May's head. I wouldn't be surprised.
Was that on Netflix Quarterback?
Yeah, him and Mahomes.
Mahomes was actually talking about it like, this guy, every time we play him, it's just got to be something every time. And they have respect for each other.
Yeah.
And it's almost as if Mahomes just knows this is how he is. And Max goes, sorry.
Yep.
It's just the kind of way it is. That's his style of football. Perfect Raider.
It's amazing, yeah.
Geno Smith, perfect Raider at this stage of his career. Pete Carroll, perfect Raider at this stage of his career, which is crazy to think about because he was Will Ferrell's coming by practice USC guy. Then he gets kicked out of Seattle, and it's like, is Pete Carroll the perfect guy for this Las Vegas Raiders atmosphere and culture right now? Tom Brady, new ownership. He wanted to be a Raider. John Gruden said, nah, we're going to stick with Derek Carr. Sorry about it. So he's got a little chip on his shoulder as well. It seems like and then Chip Kelly's sitting there at offensive coordinator, has been a head coach before in the NFL, obviously with the Philadelphia Eagles. Didn't go anywhere near how everybody planned, but he's still a damn good football coach. Goes back into college with the Ohio State Buckeyes just as a coordinator, as opposed to being a head coach like he was at UCLA. Wins a national championship immediately. It's like they got a lot of big brains over there and a lot of experienced dudes with chips on their shoulder. And Brock Bowers exists.
He's unreal. He's unbelievable.
It's like,
that's tight end in the league.
And he's a dog.
He is.
Brock Bowers is a very good tight end.
But we got one here, bro.
Tyler Ward.
He's on his heels.
He's this year's Brock Bowers, without a doubt.
Yeah. See,
wait. We haven't seen Loveland play yet.
True. Michigan obviously created an incredible one in Loveland.
Yeah, we've seen Caleb, but
no, we haven't.
Johnson.
No, we haven't.
Oh, yeah, my bad.
That's 9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler. D-Butch, big story coming out of the weekend is not the Raiders being potentially back and Pete Carroll being the oldest winning head coach in NFL history. And if he was to lose a game, he'd be the oldest losing head coach in NFL history.
Okay.
He's oldest coach in NFL history. Pete, you're a dog, dude.
Still bringing it.
Looks great.
Looks great. Still spinning it, too. Still spinning it at
Jovial.
training camp. Him having to find this whole new motivation, I assume, wasn't that difficult. But then whenever he gets kicked out, whenever he says, I fought for the job, he went in there for like an hour with his resume, all of his championships at every different level, everything he's accomplished, especially whenever he's been in Seattle and helped build that entire Seahawks place. Him going in there for an hour and pitching for his job and then getting kicked out. Is that the first time Pete Carroll in a long time has been told, no, you're not good enough? So then he's away and then he comes back. It's like, what a perfect storm brewing for that Raiders team. And let's not even talk about Geno Smith. Same exact situation in multiple different stops. He chooses to go to the Raiders over the Seattle Seahawks, but allegedly the contract offer that Seattle Seahawks gave was like not something that Geno Smith would ever take at this stage. So it's like maybe that type of motivation and drive is something that could bring them all together, D-Butch. Is that a storyline that's not being talked about, or what is something else you think that we should definitely chat about?
I mean, I think that's definitely a good storyline, definitely potential there. Raiders, they kind of always take on that mindset of that personality is them against everyone else. So you got guys, from the head coach position on down who feel that way. But let's see, biggest story for me, I mean, I got to start right here with the Colts. Like, that was a big storyline in the offseason, talking about the quarterback competition. Daniel Jones, could he be the next Sam Darnold? Could he be the next Baker Mayfield? Could he be the next Geno Smith, where you're finding your footing in a new spot, and you couldn't have asked for a better start for the team as a whole. Offensively, of course, but defensively even. Y'all almost pitching a shutout with that explosive Miami Dolphins offense. It was very, very impressive all the way around. You guys were actually in the building, so you felt the vibes, you felt the atmosphere. We know it was for Jim, for Boss Man as well, but it was just an amazing start for a fan base who has been yearning for this for a long, long time.
Energy through the roof.
Yeah.
Energy through the roof in there. And also new playlist.
Soundtrack, yeah.
Yeah, we got new playlists in there. New music.
New DJs?
Yeah, we're swagging surfing in there too a couple different times.
Okay.
I mean, we
I
are.
like that.
Which that Auburn video.
A great video.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the boys, the lads. That song will hit forever.
A lot of great videos this weekend from the college.
Mo Bamba will hit forever.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Swag Surf will hit forever.
Levels of Vici.
Will hit. White Stripes 7 Nation Army
Will hit.
will hit. These are just things.
Sandstorm. Darude.
Yeah. I think that is certainly in there.
Duhast.
Yeah.
Duhas Schmidt.
I don't know if Duhas is carried over to the next generation, but if they were reintroduced to it, I think they would.
for sure.
They would certainly enjoy that. Yeah, there's a couple songs that hit all the time. That is one of them. I appreciate the fact, though, that Tom Brady's ownership is going to lead them winning.
Yeah.
Like, of course it is. And that's just kind of how it all goes. And they're talking about how hands-on he is. Hey, he's talking about everything with everybody. He's hands-on in there. Mark Davis has got to think to himself, I'm a genius.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's got his little backpack on.
Yep.
Got his house built.
Got his house built. He's maybe got the IRS off his ass because he had him on them for a while.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden he brings Tom Brady, and Tom's like, how about for a very small percentage of this entire thing, I just kind of do everything I think you're supposed to do. Mark Davis goes,
sounds good.
I can play Pokemon all day.
Yeah.
He's not playing Pokemon.
Hey, if that's the case, sure, Tom, I got to beat this new Pokemon.
Think about him being like some sounding board for Tom, though. Now, Tom, remember, whenever my dad was blah, 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 or whenever I was a young owner, this whole thing happened. What a great spot.
Tom, is he that hands-on yet? I mean, because
From what
we
were
know
being told.
off-season, we know Monday through Saturday, but we know his day job now where he's in the booth and he's on site with these other teams, calling big-time games. So he's not, he's not boots on the ground like Carly with a headset
Don't you
on.
worry.
He's not in the booth on game day.
Not game day, no.
He's not up in the Jerry Jones type suite. So I do wonder how long can he, stay in this role? And if things, let's say, aren't going great, I want to know right now, but let's say things start going not so good, does he ever think, I know he's getting paid a shit ton of money too to do his job, but does he ever say, you know what, I am going to focus and keep the main thing, and become more of a boots on the ground game day owner?
What is it, $37 million a year or something like that?
37.5.
37, 3 hit.
Don't forget
10
that.
years.
He's getting better. He's getting he was really good. Like, I listened to a good bit of his yesterday. It was really good.
Yeah, we assume Tom Brady's going to be good at everything.
Yep.
Being an owner in the NFL as well. And thank you for bringing up, he's not boots on the ground with a headset on.
Sure.
There's also a new tradition. I don't know if you knew what your owners do. I don't know what everybody else's owners do. Carly Ursay, she's running the length of the field one time before the game starts.
Love it.
She wants to feel it.
Wow. That's what it's all about.
I love it. That's
Sorry.
awesome.
Sorry, what?
That's it. That's
She
good.
gave a speech at halftime. Awesome. She gave a speech at halftime. The microphone was high because Peyton was talking. And she walks up. She goes, oops. Like, he even acknowledges it, drops it down, just like so comfortable.
Nice.
I'm telling you, I appreciate, like, they're very much accountability driven here. Like, they are, there's attention to detail.
It's a new vibe.
It is. It very much is. And I think everybody appreciates it, actually. I think, like, the Colts, the building, the equipment managers, the trainers, the staff, the marketing, everybody like that. Like, I think there's a little bit more of, like, they're doing their way, obviously, but they've grown up in it.
Yep.
So they literally know all these people that have worked in the Colts since they're little kids. So it's like, hey, how do I make your life easier? Also, how do we do this? It's like, I think they're doing a great job, legitimately. And obviously, I know them, but it's like you can feel it. Like you can really feel, like it feels like it is a little bit more of a, I don't want to say a tightness, but a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
There does feel like there's a sense of urgency. Like change could be around the corner if we don't do our shit. Like it does feel like that from a crowd standpoint, from a team standpoint. The way they played certainly looked vastly different.
Like a stern but fair almost. Like they don't want to go on to the next era. Like it's not like they, want Steichen out or Ballard out. It didn't feel like that was the vibe. It's more so like, hey, you either win or you lose, and then we have to do our job because your job's to win. And you guys have been losing, and our job is to basically make changes if you continue to lose. And it didn't feel like there was a, hey, 3rd and 5, maybe Steichen's a little too nervous to call a certain play. Like, it feels like they've empowered all the right people, and that, goes to the Raiders too. Like, sure, Brady isn't boots on the ground, but that's why he hired Pete Carroll, because he knows Pete Carroll has been through, NFL seasons, has been through NFL seasons where you go all the way to the Super Bowl and knows how to manage that, and that's probably why Tom doesn't, feel the need. And then to your point about Pete Carroll, he's never really been kicked out of the building. I believe probably the last time he got kicked out of the building was New England, when he was the head coach in New England, which adds a whole nother thing to the weekend, because I didn't think about that. I think most people were thinking, hey, McDaniels, he got kicked out of the Raiders building. This is great. He gets to come back in the NFL, and this is his first game, whereas Pete Carroll is the real one that got kicked out. I think it was 96 before he
went to USC.
Yeah, before he went to USC.
Yeah, Vinatieri was on that team, I think.
Bingo, yes.
And then there were
Parcells for a second, and then Belichick, I think.
Yeah, all right. He worked out at USC. They tried to bring a lot of penalties on. They worked out.
That's right.
And he goes to Seattle, worked out. And then he gets to the Raiders after getting kicked out of Seattle and goes, you can kind of check. I don't want to be the one that says this, but I win. That's what I do. I win. I've done it for like 20 years. That's what I do. I win. And it's like, I believe them.
Mm-hmm.
And good on them having a great weekend. Nobody has as good a weekend as the Bills.
Oh, no.
What a win for the Buffalo Bills in the fourth quarter. Josh Allen puts on a Superman cape and does his thing in front of a home crowd that wasn't completely filled in the stadium.
No, not at all.
Because they fell asleep about the same time that I did and said, we got to get out of here. We got work in the morning. Buffalo Bills, that's a working world.
That's right.
It's late night, and you're going to play like this? Okay. I got to go to bed. I got work in the morning.
Wow.
These tickets don't pay for themselves. Okay, they had to go do that.
Wow.
Great fan base.
It was late.
You got an MVP at quarterback.
Best fan base in football, I was told.
It's week 1. I don't want to hear that it's late. If it's week 12 and they're down and they already have 10 wins, fine. It's week 1. Shut up and sit the fuck down and watch the game.
That's a Patriots fan. Okay, he's going to be jaded towards
throwing
Bills.
bottles at people,
That's
too.
a Dolphins
Derrick
fan.
Henry
He's
in
going to
the
be jaded
paint.
towards Bills.
I would have been out of there so quick. No way.
I like it. You much rather go home and hear, holy shit, we won 41-40 than to sit there and watch you get beat 41-25. Yes.
You have Josh Allen. You have Josh Allen.
Week 1.
We got Danny Dahn. I'm going to let you know, I got out of there before that game ended.
Yeah, it's
I got
up by 25. There's 12 minutes left. You've seen your team lose with 13 seconds. You don't think that you can just sit around for a little?
Now, on that,
wow.
Bills Mafia is going to show up and show out everywhere they go.
Not true anymore?
Yeah, it is true.
Not
you're a
true
Patriots
anymore.
fan, you're a Dolphins fan. But what Josh Allen did at the end of the night, obviously spectacular and a great way to kick off this NFL season as a whole as a primetime game. Hopefully Vikings-Bears delivers tonight as well. But Tone, nobody had as good of a weekend as the sportsbooks.
Nope.
Sportsbooks started out swing. They came out swinging. I mean, there were some heavy, heavy bets, and seemingly all of them had red X's next to them, Tone. How did the sportsbooks do, and what does this mean for the rest of the season?
Yeah, let's just start for the year as a whole in general. NFL Week 1, the top 5 most bet on teams went 1-4 against the spread.
Jeez.
College football Week 2, the top 5 bet on teams went 1-4 against the spread. And then last week, college football Week 1, the top 5 bet on teams went 0-5 against the spread Week 1. So what is that? 2-13 to start the year for the most 5 bet on teams per week. So not a good start. And then what do people bet on? Overs or unders normally?
Overs. We like football.
Yeah,
We like
points.
points.
Unders went 12-3 this weekend. So I would say a lot of people are getting kicked on the shins to start the year. But I did see a lot of tickets on the internet last night. The Ravens-Bills game saved a lot of people because a lot of people were betting touchdowns, and they were like, oh, who's going to score? Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, all those people scored.
Let's go to the other half of the hammer. Dahn. Cowboys, Bubba Gumpino. Obviously, the Finns had you in misery at the Loud House, Lucas Oil Stadium. But you hit a massive one last night, right?
Yeah, me and Connor had a little FaceTime, put together a couple touchdown parlays. We had Derrick Henry for 2, Josh Allen for 2 parlay, and then I had a Kincaid, D-Hop, Lamar, and Josh Allen for $3,000.
Okay, Gosh. See you in the field.
Oh, yeah.
It was a nice evening. Nice evening.
Me.
Also, with these public,
My phone works.
Keep it private. Don't tell anybody.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, well, we throw those out there a lot, but again, when you're throwing out plus 100,000 bets, typically on a rare occasion you're coming in pumped on Sunday. But at some point, we have to remember there will come a week where the public goes 5 of 5.
Yep. And there'll be a 90% public bet that hits.
Exactly.
And we don't know when it's going to be. It's not often, but it will at some point. So if it looks too obvious, it might be. Now, granted, on the other side of that, sports books are throwing
a lot of this is
throwing some real heat right now.
People are very, very confident earlier in the year on what they think, even though they haven't seen anything yet, and they go hard on it. And it turns out that, a lot of these bad teams aren't as bad as people think, and a lot of the good ones aren't as good as people.
That's what Coach Saban said after his first game in Michigan State. The other coach's team came over to him after they lost 55-9 and said, you're not as bad as you think. And he said, I remember that forever. And they weren't.
No.
They certainly looked terrible, though. And I'll tell you what, speaking of looking not good, or as Reese Davis said, ungood the other day.
Yes, he did.
Got a pretty good pop out of me there. That Ohio University Bobcat team with Navarro quarterback.
Good team.
That's good football.
Yeah, kids got Sunday in them.
They might make the college football playoff.
Yeah, they should.
They're a good team.
Navarro's a dog.
They had us completely in shambles out
Electric
there.
atmosphere there too.
Electrifying.
A lot of West Virginia fans there.
Yeah, but also a lot of Bobcats. They made it really hard on our team.
Mac, right? Max?
Yes.
Ohio Bobcat?
Yeah.
But they won. They're MAC champions. Have a little respect. They're MAC champions.
No, I just want to know what.
These guys have won the title.
The Ohio Bobcats are the Bama, of the MAC. It's not
right
like
now,
they're
definitely.
the Vanderbilt.
And there's a chance they make college football playoff.
Yeah.
There's a chance they
At
make
least they're
college
in a
football.
conference, D-Butt.
Yeah.
It's true. This is true.
I will
Fair point.
To be fair, West Virginia losing to Ohio, not fun. That was not cool. Next weekend was about to be electrifying. With that being said, still part of the process of building a hard edge.
Yeah, without a doubt.
A lot of turnover. And also, Ohio University, really good team.
Yeah.
Good football team.
If Syracuse would have beat Ohio University by 7, I don't think Fran Brown has the boys running sprints. They only beat UConn by 7. Fran Brown says, while these fans are in here, they need to know that we're not happy about this.
Yes.
On the line. That's what happens against UConn. Now,
That's bullshit.
West Virginia, there's...
Oh, look at me. I'm a tough coach. I'm going to run my team after the game in their pants.
No,
We pissed down our leg. We should have won that game. We had it all game long, tricked it off. But, yeah, this is cute. I'm glad you lost some practice time.
Yeah, did
What
you
are you
guys have
talking about?
Did you guys ever have to do this?
No.
That's not. Okay.
That's not really...
Not in the NFL. I mean, like at West Virginia.
No,
that's not really...
Not even high school. Not
I
even
would
high
have
school.
figured yes for a rich run at some point.
I like that Fran Brown said, you were either coaching or a liar. He dropped
I like Fred Brown, too, but
Yes.
it's bullshit.
He said, it's my job to make these guys the best men they could possibly be. His promo was actually like, these dudes are going to be fathers, they're going to be husbands, and I can't let them slide on yada yada. It was like a really good speech afterwards, and I was like, all right, I respect that. And then I watched the video again. I'm like, those guys, I don't know if that point's going to get across in that moment. I don't know if that's going to be the case. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, and a Ryder Cup winner, AJ Hawk. AJ, you ever run sprints after a game while the folks are still in the stadium?
No, I cannot say I have. Maybe in like 5th grade, I think we did a couple times when the coach was really pissed. But it's usually after a loss. You usually don't win and grandstand on them and sprint.
Well, if you only beat UConn by 7.
Grandstand, yep. Exactly.
Well,
So you
I mean,
got
we're running
third year
20s,
as a
running some hard 20s here, right?
Yeah, but it looks like some of them are only running 15, so are we even getting a point across? You know, we finished it through the line anyways. Is anybody starting offsides? I assume somebody there rolling start left center there, about L5, L4. Yeah. You appeared to have a lot of snaps.
Or some lows.
Who scored the game winner? Because whoever scored the game winning touchdown.
I assume the offensive line is going to be somewhere in the back of
I think it was
whichever
Peanut
one.
Butter and Jelly, Steve Angeli, who scored the game winner potentially.
He's a dog. Syracuse.
OT, right?
Orange, obviously.
Huh? OT? Overtime?
Yeah.
Syracuse Orange in the Fran Brown era have been good. Have been good.
Yeah.
Will they continue
10
to get
wins
better
last
after this? And AJ, maybe more teams need to start doing this. We'll see. We'll see. Dan Campbell. Didn't Dan Campbell, when he became the interim head coach of Miami, didn't something happen? He had him doing one-on-one.
He did like Oklahoma drill for a long time. I think day one.
Pre-game, right?
And sprints, I think. I think he had him doing sprints in practice, and I think there was like Oklahoma's in a pregame. It was like week 13. Their season was already over, and all this stuff was happening. If I do,
that was the online coach's suggestion, I think.
Yeah, there was something. Oh yeah, he was juiced up.
Let's get fired up today, boys.
All right, let's talk about the Detroit Lions since we are kind of just slowly, easily transitioning into that situation. Obviously, the Packers are a team, okay? Micah Parsons comes in there, 40-some% of the snaps, gets a sack at the end, obviously has a new celebration, opens up for everybody. Jordan Love looked good. Defense looked good. Lambeau was electrifying. And the Detroit Lions, somebody that you thought you'd be competing with the NFC North with, obviously, seemingly going to have a little bit of a tough start to this new coordinator era that they have over there. What is your big takeaway as the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, AJ Hawk?
I mean, my takeaway is this Packers defense. Obviously, the offense did everything they needed to win, but this defense was awesome. I mean, we know the impact Micah had, but I think everybody else stepped up. And it's easy to say, oh, Micah opens it up for all these other guys. And, yeah, he definitely does. But I think it brought everyone on the defense, like it brought him up to another level, and Micah barely even played. So imagine when Micah is actually a huge part of the game plan. But, man, Edgerrin Cooper, Quay Walker, like these guys can fly all over the place on the Packers defense. I love watching them play.
What do you think about Jordan Love? What do you think about the team as a whole? Do you think there was good situational management out of the floor? Do you think the dominating win, that was a strike right there. He threw a couple of those over the middle that were obviously thrown to a spot, not to a person, thrown to a spot, and his receivers went and got it. Showed incredible arm talent. What do you think about everything else about managing and handling the game?
Oh, I thought it was great. I mean, especially week one, that's all you can ask for. Sometimes it can get clunky and can not look as crisp as you want it to, but I think especially how young they are, that we hear them talk all the time how young the roster is, but the fact that they look good, and I mean, I'm a bit biased. I was in Green Bay for 9 years, but Green Bay, like when the sun is setting, when it looks like this, the setting, everything about it, it's a magical experience. And I think that came through the TV. Like, it would have been an awesome day to be at Lambeau.
I think so, too. And it sucks for the Lions fans who've had such a high for the past couple of years that they're maybe going to go through another little transition phase here as you're trying to recycle everything. Go ahead,
To AJ's point, man, that Packers defense, that was the thing I was most impressed about, because when you think about Lions football, you think about them I know flashy gadgets, Goff makes great throws, but you think about the line of scrimmage and being able to run the ball. They could not run the ball at all from the beginning. I think Gibbs ended up like 20 yards rushing, and then Gibbs had, I think, 10 catches for like 31 yards.
Yep.
So that lets you know how these guys are flying around, attacking, tackling, getting guys to the ground, not allowing a bunch of yak. So Jeff Hafley, the job that he's done on that defensive side of the ball. Jordan Love has been a very good quarterback for a couple of years now. Matt LaFleur, we know who he is offensively as far as play calling goes. But this defense, man, they showed up and showed out for sure week one.
Yeah, worrying about the run defense. There was a stat from NFL Pro after the game. It said of the Lions' 22 carries, 16 of them the Packers hit him in the backfield.
That's crazy.
Like, so that, and which is like the last game last year, late in the season, it was in Detroit, close game, but that, like, the Lions kept going for it on fourth down, kept getting it. They rushed for 250. I think Gibbs and Montgomery both had over 100. So, yeah, hearing all this stuff about Micah can't play the run, and just the Packers in general, and then for them to come out and have that type of performance, it was incredible.
Let's stay in the NFC. Jaden Daniels is a real deal.
Holy hell.
This guy, the sophomore slump, I don't think so. I don't think there's going to be one of those for Jaden. On the run, on a dime, in rhythm, on time. I mean, everything yesterday looked like they just picked up right where they left off for the Commanders. Cliff Kingsbury, obviously another year there, could have maybe interviewed for some head coaching jobs, decides to stay. Deebo Samuel gets a tud in his debut with the Washington Commanders. AJ, it looks like they're not just a flash in the pan. Looks like this is for real over in Washington, D.C., Virginia, Maryland area.
Yeah, I feel like, especially that Ertz touchdown early, you know, like, all right, these guys, they must be feeling pretty good about themselves. How about Bobby Wagner leading the team in tackles still? Like, this dude's been playing forever at the highest level. Like, I love watching these guys. Devin White with the Raiders, all these. I know I'm not talking about the Raiders right now, but I'm thinking of these older veteran linebackers that are playing very well. And Deebo, you know they wanted to get Deebo going early because if not, they have to answer questions. Hey, how are you going to work Deebo into this offense? What do you do with all the talent you have around him? And they had a nice little balanced mixture. So Cliff is feeling himself a little bit, I think, as a play caller right now.
And Mike, the question for me is, like, we knew the offense was going to be pretty good. The defense only gave up 6 points. Like, the defense was always going to be the question. Yes, they have Bobby Wagner, who is one of the greatest linebackers of all time, but they're older. 6 points to a Giants team who, yes, has offensive question marks, but 6 points to any NFL team is a great defensive performance. And I thought that was questions answered on the defensive side.
Russ was 17 for 37.
Yes,
I don't, whatever you think about Russ, he's a good quarterback. He's been around for a long time. They named him the starter for a reason. We'll see how long he actually starts. But yeah, to hold a quarterback 17 to 37 is tough. Getting Samuel Deebo involved early on was a big deal. Was a little off with Terry McLaurin, which we kind of expected. It was a deep shot that he kind of overthrew him on, but you could tell it was still good vibes there. And Jaden is just, he's a great
lasers, dude.
Yeah.
He's
lasers
throwing
from the
lasers.
pocket, outside of the pocket, and when he takes off the run, he is so fast. Like, he was like jogging past some of these linebackers and DBs. They're cooking up something special up there in DC for sure.
And having that rookie running back, Wild Bill Krosky-Merritt, number 22. We saw him go in there in one of the early highlights and go nuts after his first career touchdown, but it feels like they didn't have a consistent run game. You know, we've talked a lot about, Brian Robinson Jr., and he was great. But, I mean, he was averaging 8 yards a pop, and he's extremely fast and can catch the ball out of the backfield. Like, before it was Brian Robinson Jr., power, and then maybe Eckler, kind of that more out of the backfield guy. This Bill Krosky-Merritt dude seems to have both of them, and he is unbelievable and has a great name.
Wild Bill is certainly a good nickname. Bengals do something that's never been done before. Yeah.
Really?
Complete an
Gotta
epic.
win.
Yep.
Gotta win.
Amen.
Yep. And I guess the Browns did what I guess Browns
Only
have done.
they can do.
Browns have done. Cincinnati Bengals should have lost to the Cleveland Browns, but instead they squeak out of there somehow with a win. Cincinnati Bengals get their first win to open the season in a long time. Boom. But none of them are saying it was a good game. AJ, how's Ohio feeling about this Battle of Ohio and Cleveland seemingly browning all over themselves?
Yes, you are correct. So I am surrounded by Bengals and Browns fans both, and they're both. Everyone's diehard like family fans. Whether the Bengals or Browns, where I'm at, and the Browns fans are all saying, "Yeah, here we go. It's just same old Browns. It's kind of what we do. This is what happens to us." And the Bengals fans are saying, "That's a great gritty week one. we found a way to win."
I would certainly spin it that way as well. And if I'm Zach over there, I'm trying to spin that to the case as well. Tough game.
Yeah.
Tough game. Got out of week one with a win.
It's going to be tough.
Always going to get an AFC North win.
This is Ohio.
This one, it's always going to be tough. And also, we got a lot to go through. I mean, 7 yards of offense in the second half and still win somehow.
That's crazy.
And the Cleveland Browns fans are just, incredibly athletic.
Two of them.
To that point, new DC over there. Mm-hmm. So congrats to them having a great game. And congrats to us having Lou Anarumo. I am so thankful that he is with the Indianapolis Colts, which leads to the next conversation, AJ. Yeah. Say it.
It's real.
I followed along your excitement on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Yep. Yeah. I mean, the Colts are early leaders in the clubhouse to win the Super Bowl, I would say.
Let's not overreact.
Okay.
I mean, that was
It's only a second quarter of the first game.
pretty level-headed.
Thank you. You're not the only one. Austin Collie, okay? He's now a money manager.
Okay.
Level-headed individual.
Has to be.
He quote tweets this to say, "Nope, it's not an overreaction. We are winning the Super Bowl." It looked different. It really did. And I know everybody else's angle is, wow, these Dolphins are the worst team ever. And that might be true.
I hope not.
Could be. I don't think it is. I hope it's not for the sake of the Indianapolis Colts. That is literally why I hope that. But if the Miami Dolphins are a professional football team, which we assume they will be, okay? At some point, we assume they will be. The Colts look so good in all facets. I mean, just no punts, obviously. Great coverage. Hey, Schrader hit some monster field goals. Spencer Schrader, our kicker this year, is going to be very, very good for us, I think. He needs to work on those kickoffs. So, hey, Bob, let's go. We need to work on those kickoffs.
A lot of people.
But, hey, the kickoff is a new weapon. That 35-yard line start is tough, but also you can't just chip it to the 10 or the 11 and have them start at the 11 either full speed. That's not getting good at those kicks is a big deal. Schrader has such a strong leg. I think he's going to be good at that. I think if you're good at that, I think he's going to win a game. I think it's going to win a playoff game, personally. I think it's going to win a big game, this whole landing zone situation, drive, start, average conversation. But the Colts looked very good, AJ. Bynum, he's the guy. This guy is the guy, AJ. The defense looked unbelievable.
Hey, also, I have a hard time not talking about Tyler Warren. There's a Baldy breakdown already on Tyler Warren. We know that. Like, this guy is killing it. But if the Colts can put this together, didn't they already say, hey, wait, there's new sheriffs in town, right? Well, here we go.
Warren.
We are back. Like, this is a different world now. We have, we're going to lock it down the back end. Any great defense, when the DBs, like the safeties and corners, when they are playing at a super high level, and I like when they're outspoken too. You got to have a little bit of ego about you. You got to be very, very confident as a DB, and I feel like the Colts are doing that right now through week 1.
Now, AJ, the reason why I wanted you to highlight the defense is because of how damn great you were at defense in the NFL. A player, professional.
Yeah, that's right. Amen. National champion player.
National champion and Super Bowl champion player. Want to do that. But also because we had a chance to catch up with Danny Dimes earlier today, and we talked a lot about the offense. I think he's going to come across as a guy that's charming.
Yeah, funny.
And likable. Personable. I know he had an NFL record. He was historic there for a bit until Josh Allen had the fourth quarter that he had. But Danny Dimes, Indianapolis, we got a chance to catch up with him this morning, fresh out of a massive win. Mr. Dimes, what up, dude?
Yo, what up? How we doing?
Hey, we're great. Hey, we are fucking great. Don't you worry about that. We are in a great spot. First of all, congratulations.
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
We're going to get right into it here. Whenever you came to Indianapolis, I had the incredible opportunity to have a little dinner with you and one of the greatest auteurs of all time, Mr. Berg. And it was very evident when I was speaking to you that you liked this Indianapolis Colts team. I think you had heard about maybe me having some beef with the locker room or whatever. And I said, yeah, I just don't know if we got dogs. You started rattling off names immediately on the offensive side that you liked and on the defensive side that you liked. And obviously, there was a competition with you and Anthony Richardson. It was very public, but it felt like you all handled it perfectly. At what moment did you feel like, hey, this could be a really good home for me in my style of play with Shane Steichen? Was that immediately? Is that why you signed here? Or was there a time throughout this entire process where you really felt that?
I think I had a good idea. Making the decision to come here. There's a lot here, like you said, a lot of good pieces, a strong team, strong up front, strong in the skill positions, and then Shane's system, what he does, the moving the quarterback, the RPO game, the drop back game, all that stuff. I think was something I was excited to be a part of, and probably sometime during camp you kind of felt it coming together and getting more and more comfortable with all this stuff. But I've enjoyed working with him.
We didn't see a lot of positive whenever you're named the starter. And for Colts fans, it's because since Luck retired, we've been searching for a quarterback. So whenever you spend the number 4 overall pick on a guy who has immense upside, everybody was hoping that was going to be our guy. Then in comes Danny Dimes, okay, from the New York Giants, and then a stop with the Minnesota Vikings. And it's like Colts fans, I think, naturally were hoping that the number 4 overall pick would win the job. But instead, everybody that was watching said you clearly were the leader of that team. Did you hear all the outside noise, the reaction? I mean, The Athletic put out a poll that was 93% negative or something?
Yeah.
Internet pollers were 93%. Now, I didn't vote on that. I would have been optimistic.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I'm on your side. I would be on your side. But that was a real thing. Did you hear that? Did you feel that? And how do you kind of distract or keep away from all that?
I did not know about the poll, but I mean, I definitely realized the public, the media, the press is not in my favor, has not been in my favor, and that's part of it. We didn't win enough games in New York, and I didn't play well enough, so that comes with it. But I think you're aware of it. At this day and age, you can't completely block it out, but you try to as best you can and stay focused on what you're doing. So that's what I tried to do, and I think I think the team does a good job of that here. Just kind of focusing on football and what's the most important.
I loved what you guys did yesterday. Okay, I was talking to some people in the building that I know, and I'm like, how do we feel? Nobody really knows anything about your team. The only thing is the negative drama. There's a bunch of bullshit going on. So I asked some guys in the building, over the past couple of days, because there was a lot of events happening for Mr. Irsay going into the Ring of Honor. Shout out to you getting a big-time dub for him, and that day being absolutely perfect. But everybody in the building's like, hey, we got a team, man. Like we got a really good team. We should kill the Miami Dolphins. That is what was being said by the people that aren't football players or coaches, but people in the building is like, hey, we have a good team. Yesterday was awesome. It's the first time that the first 3 drives have been scoring drives since 2006 to start a season for the Indianapolis Colts. Obviously, we lost 11 straight season openers, and then just the vibe in that building was just positive, literally from the jump. At what point did you think, hey, our offense can kind of do whatever we want to do right now? And at what point during camp did you know that the defense was going to be legit? Cam Bynum obviously has a massive day. DeForest Buckner does his thing. Zaire's getting tackles all over the place and penalties. But whenever we talk about the Colts, it's very rare that we talk about a dominant defense. And it felt like they were that yesterday. In camp, you knew that was going to be the case? When did you really see this defense being real?
I would say pretty early on. The first 3 or 4 days of camp, to be honest, I'd say they got after us pretty good on defense, and you realized they were, and that's kind of sometimes the way it is with offense and defense clicking, and sometimes how that works during camp. But they were from the jump. They were making plays. You could see the guys all over the field, and what Lou does on defense, I think, is tough for a lot of offenses. He's got pressures. He's got different coverages. He's got all kind of mix it up on guys and keep them guessing. But they got a lot of playmakers over there. I think we realized that pretty quick early on in camp.
That was Leatu Latu, first-round pick, who's a pass rusher, dropping into coverage out of nowhere. There's no way. Chris Ballard laughing while he's saying that because of how offensive-heavy that particular draft was. But him dropping into coverage, like Tua, never. I don't think that guy was ever in coverage last year. I don't think there was one time where he was 10 to 15 yards off the ball and then snags that thing out of the sky. It's like, that was awesome. They were hunting. You guys were methodically moving that ball down the field. And that is something that we have not had a lot of opportunity to celebrate. There's always been flashes, but there's never been like sustained success on the offensive side of the ball. Feels like the run game's great. Feels like you got weapons outside. You spinning it better than you've ever spun it in your life? Or do you think you just don't get enough credit for how you throw?
I feel like I'm throwing it well. But I don't know. I mean, I think it's about where you throw it, and I feel like I'm throwing it well, and how much credit I'm getting for it, I don't know. I don't really think too much of that. We got a lot of open guys. We had time to throw. It was fun yesterday, but good start for us. We gotta keep it rolling though.
And let's talk about that guy, Tyler Warren. He is a hoss. They were showing him during the national anthem. He's a dog. Yes, it appears we saw him get definitely concussed.
Without a doubt.
Against Penn State, against Notre Dame.
Yes.
So cold. His head through the turf, like a full whip through the turf. And he just got his ass right up and just jogged right back on the field and continued to make plays. And when they showed his face in the national anthem, he's a Sasquatch. He's hairy, and he is a Sasquatch. And then he gets on the field. He's a playmaker. He might be the best player in all of football. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Mr. Dimes, I saw he was your leading target getter yesterday. I think with 9, he had 7 catches. Is it just like impossible not to look down the field and be like, oh, that 6'8" guy has a mismatch against everyone on the field?
Pretty much, yeah. He's a heck of a player. Tough as crap, and always makes the play. I think you just feel for space. I mean, you see on some of these highlights, he's feeling where the defense is, the overlap. He's feeling the space underneath and settling down the right spot. This play right here, he catches it immediately, gets upfield, and gets 12 yards on a play that should be a -2 play. I think stuff like that. It's just instinct. It's just football player stuff. He's a he's just a good football player.
Yes, he is. Yeah, they even go on doing a little bit of a draw, a little bit of dive at fullback there. Go ahead, pal.
I do remember. Hey, Dan, great game yesterday. I just want to ask about the game plan specifically. I know every week to week the matchup is going to be different. What type of input do you have with Shane when it comes to game planning wise? Because to me, from the start, it was very evident that you guys wanted to use your arm and open up, be a pass heavy at least early on in the offense. So what's that input like throughout the week with Shane while you're putting it together?
Yeah, we communicate a lot. Try to watch watch a lot of tape, and it's him, it's Jim Bob, it's Tanny. All those guys are putting together the plan in the pass game. The guys up front do a great job with the run games. So I'm when I have an idea, talking through it and seeing what they think. But it's been a collaborative process. I think. We saw some things we thought we could do in the pass game, and a lot of those things converted. But I thought we had a really good plan going in. The guys up front, I think when you look at that defense, it's a strong front. They got good edge rushers, good guys inside, and we knew that would be, a big part of the game. And the guys up front, our guys handled them really well.
Great run game yesterday. The dimes dive era is in full effect. It is a 100%er.
Okay.
No questions asked.
Let's go.
There's actually, we get down into the red zone again for his second dimes dive touchdown right here. And the first time we get stuffed. Okay. And I'm literally screaming to Shane, who is 30 yards away from me on the sideline, just call it. Just give it to him. Just do the dimes dive. You're bigger, stronger, and faster than anybody thinks. Legit. And also, it feels like you tell Shane Steichen, hey, I want to get a helmet-to-helmet hit. Okay, at some point. I need a helmet-to-helmet hit a little bit earlier. This is bullshit that it did not get
I got hit pretty good there.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did.
It kind of came out of nowhere. I thought I had a little more space than I did, but that was a good, welcome to the season hit right there.
Yeah, it was 5 yards. It was like 10 yards in front of us. Foxy actually got a great shot of it on his camera. 4K of you just getting absolutely obliterated. That's from the dimes dive. So there was a time of you just getting absolutely obliterated in that call. No call, no nothing. It's like any other quarterback in the league other than rookies probably getting that call.
Popped up, though.
Yeah, instead, all we get is dimes just going, oh, shit. Tighten that thing up and just jogging away.
Tighten that thing up, that's right.
Yeah, it was awesome, man. It was a lot of fun to watch. A lot of people saying that your journey is potentially why you are the quarterback that you are right now. And we've seen this with other guys in the past where they have to go somewhere and then they end up finding a home. I want to let you know, this feels like a great place for you, brother. And it was fun to watch. A lot of shit to do left, okay? Hey, you haven't won shit, okay? But with that being said, yesterday's buzz was awesome in that building. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Danny, we talked to Kevin O'Connell a lot, and when we have him on, he was raving about you last year and just about when you joined the team, how big of a pro you were and things of that nature. What did you take away from Minnesota that you've kind of carried into the offseason and now week one? Because, you said it, that was the best you've thrown the ball, is the best you feel like you've thrown the ball. You were unbelievable yesterday. Watching that Colts game was that was the best game that stadium has seen out of the Colts in a long time.
Listen, I don't want to stress this too much with Connor. We're standing in that stadium. It was a great time.
It was crazy, yeah.
The whole time. Usually it's like, you gotta drum up a little bit of energy. That place was like, in Bynum, we're talking every play.
Oh yeah.
Bynum is every single play like this.
Love that.
It was.
How about that dance, huh? Can you do that dance?
No, I can't. But I can't. I'm not explosive enough. I'm not explosive enough.
I think you can do it.
The ending of that dance is actually pretty crazy after the kip up.
Yeah.
And then into the
I don't know how you don't get
Can you do it, Dimes?
Yeah, do you try that?
Absolutely not. No, I don't think so.
I didn't see any cool dances out of you yesterday.
Yeah, I didn't. Dances. I'm not much of a dancer.
Really?
You're going to score 32 touchdowns this year, so Bynum should probably give you a couple celebration ideas.
I'm sure you guys could collab a little bit. You should do the whitest, most Caucasian thing of all time after. Maybe you just shake the hand of the ref and just hand the ball and then just walk it away. But let's talk about KOC a little bit. How much was the Vikings a confidence booster for you maybe, or a reset for you? How do you kind of view that, and how do you view KOC?
Yeah, I think just being around Kevin, being around Josh McCown, Grant Udinski, those guys there, I learned a lot from them. I think the biggest thing I took away from there was just the preparation, how detailed they were in the game plan, how much they, prepared for certain looks, checks they had, motions to undress the defense, every little thing they were going over, they were talking through, they were walking through, they were, discussions about it. Was, very, very detailed, high level. Here's what we're expecting. Here's what we're going to do to it. And the preparation day to day throughout the week was really, impressive to me, just the level of detail that they had. So, yeah, I think being around those guys and seeing that, being able to watch Sam prepare and how they prepared him, to me was really impressive.
I love that you brought it here.
Mm-hmm.
It's everything we need here. That is everything. That is literally everything we absolutely need. The building loves you too, man, which is a cool thing. I think you're just like, especially when we had Peyton, Andrew, and obviously you with Peyton, the Manning's coaches, Coach Cutcliffe there, yeah, and all the ties on draft night and everything like that. It's like you just felt like very much in command, felt like nothing was too big. Everybody obviously respected you, and you got dropped in here in obviously an interesting situation personally for you. I couldn't even imagine what it would be like with everything going from New York City all the way to Minnesota. Then you come to Indy, win the starting job after multiple teams wanted you. And you obviously you didn't hear this, so I'm breaking the bad news to you now. Everybody was like, that's a bad decision. That is not how it goes. It's like having to do all that, man, and then for you still to just be like, almost, I don't want to say bulletproof, but unfazed by it. That's a special trait that only NFL starting quarterbacks have. Mm-hmm. So we're very lucky that you're here.
I appreciate it.
On that note,
thank you.
This place is going to love you for a long time. I also have like 4 houses floating around if you need anything. Go ahead, Tom.
There you go. Yeah, Daniel, you've been in Indianapolis for a couple months now. Are you starting to kind of realize, like, wow, this really isn't that much different than New York City in terms of stuff to do, restaurants, nightlife, all that kind of stuff. But honestly, and not saying you were doing all that shit when you were in New York, but when you get to a place like Indianapolis, does it kind of make it easier to realize, like, oh, okay, like I can just focus on football because even if I'm not doing all that other stuff, like those distractions just aren't here unless you want to go to like a movie and, go to McDonald's. It's a little bit different than a Saturday night in New York.
Yeah. I think, it is in a lot of ways. It's about football here, but the people have been great. I've really enjoyed being here and getting to know a lot of these fans and the people in the area, but very different feel from being in New York and right across from the city for sure. But I've enjoyed it. It's about ball here, and we got a team that kind of all thinks the same way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Got a fan base that's thinking the same damn thing. Yeah, well, I'll let you know that. We appreciate the hell out of you. Good luck the rest of the way. And remember, week 1 doesn't mean a damn thing, does it?
That's right. We got a lot to do. We know that.
Unless you look that good, yeah.
1-0, baby.
Unless you're... Yeah. I mean, week 1 means a lot for the Dolphins fans. And that I think that's not being talked about enough is how good you guys are. Yeah. Like, I think that is kind of missing in conversation. We can't wait to watch you. You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Dahn.
Thanks, appreciate it.
Hi, baby Danny. Oh, Dano. I was serious about selling him a house. He's in his 7th year. Is that what it is?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he's in his 7th year. Quarterbacks definitely have 17-year careers. Mm-hmm. Talk about a decade here, maybe. Yeah. You're talking about maybe just owning this role and this job for these Indianapolis Colts. And it was awesome, dude. I'm telling you. I don't want to say overreact. Okay? I don't want to do that. Might have been underreacting, to be honest. We'll see how the story kind of plays out in its entirety. Everything looked good. His throws were like, he was throwing the spots. He was very much having great chemistry with his wide receivers, which make you wonder, like, if he would have got all the reps in training camp, how much further would we? Are we only at the beginning of this entire relationship because he was in a competition, so he was only getting half the amount of reps, half the amount of everything? It's like, it feels like as you're watching it and it's all going well, it's like we're at the very beginning of this. There's still so much room to grow, and I think that's possible for us. That's how a lot of fans feel. Obviously, after week 116, fan groups feel that way. Other than maybe
Nah.
Cincy for sure.
Cincy, yeah, but he just said gritty win.
And plus,
Yep.
you know they're going to be all right. You got Joe Burrow, you got Jamar Chase, you got like they're going to score points.
But for the Colts, I think we didn't know. I think Colts fans had no idea what it was going to look like. And then we see it and we're like, wait, this is much better than what we've been seeing over the last 5 years. This might be the Gardner Minshew. Love Gardner Minshew.
Sure.
Gardner Minshew almost took the Indianapolis Colts to an AFC South championship and to the playoffs. One play away.
He should.
Gardner Minshew was in the Pro Bowl with this Shane Steichen offense. And it was like, we've seen that. And I think what yesterday was way better than that team. Way better than it all. Shane Steichen got the head coaching job because he's this offensive guru. He's this wizard. He's able to do things. And it's like Daniel Jones, I think, understands the offense, and he's making the checks and putting him in the right play, making the right decisions. It's like this offense has been unlocked, and then let's not even talk about Lou Anarumo coming over here with weapons. Lou Anarumo, when he was with the Bengals, they didn't really invest in any defensive players, invest in many of anything. But Lou Anarumo, Paisan greatness, they've invested in players for him on the defensive side. Top picks on that defensive side of the ball. A lot of money on that defensive side of the ball. So although the national narrative might have been negative, and I guess there were some online fans that were voting negative, if you watch this team over the last couple of years, you think there's good players. Jim Irsay has spent a lot of money on this team. There's a lot of good players on this team. Just for whatever, it looked like they unlocked that.
It did, and it didn't look, gimmicky. Sometimes you can look at the score. You got a tip ball here, or a strip sack. Somebody picked up a block punt. You scored. Like it was just full operation. And we knew the weakness coming in for this Dolphins defense was definitely in the secondary. So when you have a team and you have an offense that can say, okay, they got a weak secondary. We got good weapons. Let's see if we have a good quarterback. And you go out there and actually execute, and the quarterback has a complete understanding of the offense. He was comfortable from the beginning. Coming into the season, it was like, okay, Dan Jones, take care of the ball, run the football, defense, you guys play great. But when you come out here and you have a start like this, now who knows what the Dolphins go on to be? Maybe they are just a shitty team.
Maybe worst of all time. But maybe 1972, only undefeated team. And maybe 2025, only 17-game completely defeated team. Possible. 16 teams, it's possible out there still at this point.
But you can respond to it. Say, hey, how do we respond? And we all remember that blowout when the Broncos got 70 put on them by the Dolphins, and then they responded. So we'll see how they respond. It's a long season, but love what we saw from the Colts. And then you mentioned Chris Ballard finally opening that checkbook and going and getting some big-time players, going to get one of the top safeties on the market, Cam Bynum, going to get Ward, big-time cornerback in the league for a long, long time. And you see a guy like Kenny Moore, when you have players like that around you, now you can play better. Nick Cross got involved. He got a nice sack on. So, Big Lou bringing his defense here with these new weapons. He's having a fresh start because they ran him out of Cincy as well. Like, loved everything I saw from this Colts team on all phases.
Well, and that's the thing, too. Like, you can say the Dolphins' defense isn't good for sure. The Dolphins' offense is good. Like, they have Tyreek Hill, who's voted the #1 player 2 years ago. They have Waddle, who they paid. They have Achane, who's good. Tua, he's been paid. Now, did people figure out the Mike McDaniel gimmick bullshit? There's a chance because
maybe
everyone's running.
That's the
there's
one.
a chance. Everyone's running the stuff to the left and to the right, but more so with the Colts, they never melted, which was nice. Like we've seen the Colts play well in spurts, like a quarter or a half, but then they shit down their leg. Then they call some gimmick bullshit that doesn't work, and it's like, okay, well, what the hell are you doing, Steichen? There's no point to do shit like this. Like that didn't exist, which was nice. It just feels like the gimmick maybe screw up, shit down their leg, and maybe that is a Dan Jones thing where Dan Jones isn't gonna, try and break.
He looked like he didn't have a pulse yesterday.
Good.
You know how Tomlin said about Boz being a serial killer? That's how Danny Dimes scored that touchdown, like super fought through it, then just like got up, all right, and then just like headbutted all his teammates. Good work, boys, and just jogged off the field. It was like getting a play call late or whatever, just no worries.
Introduced.
They were introduced as a team. It wasn't offense or defense introductions. It was team introductions. I said, hold the phone. Yeah, that's what I said. That was my exact thoughts. And I don't think I realized it was happening.
No.
So the team normally runs out first to create the tunnel for everybody else. The other half, whoever's not starting. And then they do the intros. First game day ops, new video, sick video. New game ops, everything's very good. And then the team comes running out. The Lucas Oil motorcycle comes flying out there with a sidecar. I didn't know that it's like a prize. It's a new person in the sidecar. It makes sense.
Nice.
Either way.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
You got Blue doing the entire thing. Then big portion of the Colts come out, okay? And it's like, all right, now what are they doing for the starters? And I saw I think I saw Zaire sprint out. Yes. I was like, okay, so the offense must be getting introduced or whatever. And I even look at Boston Connor and I go, is Danny Dahn getting introed last? Or is Jonathan Taylor? It's got to be Jonathan Taylor. We all agreed, got to be Jonathan Taylor. Then we look out and we start seeing like offensive linemen that we know running, and it's like, they just introduced the whole, love everything about this.
New England.
It's, go ahead.
We got a flyover?
Two of them.
Yeah. Roof was open?
Roof open.
That looks sick.
Same scoreboard or not?
Fun stat. Same scoreboard. Fun stat. Flyover's insane. Always awesome. Always going to hit. Love everything about it. 2 of them F-18s, I do believe, coming over here. Thought they were going to come length upfield.
Same.
We all thought they were going to come. I thought Connor missed it actually because they came across and he was under a little bit of a hangover. But whatever the case was,
I got lucky. I actually was looking for the vertical, but it only lasted a second because it was just the horizontal.
Side. Yeah, and by the way, they sliced that thing nice. The way you could hear them humming in the Eastern Church Choir. From the national anthem. They did the national anthem.
And they dominated.
As soon as they popped up on the screen, I go, oh, shit, this is this is from the funeral. They are very good.
Yes.
And they made a great Jim Irsay video, tribute video, and Tony Dungy. And it was very good. But the team getting introduced was awesome. Yes, and the roof and the window were open. You know, Jim Irsay was
a beautiful day.
Jim Irsay was in there. And I learned that the night before from Pete Ward, who's been the president of the Colts for a long time. He came over, I believe him and Jim, actually, their first year working for the Baltimore Ravens, they shared an office at training camp, you know. And he was like scared to death that he was with the owner's son. And what happened is they ended up becoming like brothers. And Pete Ward has been with Jim through absolutely everything. And Pete Ward has had to handle everything. You know, like this is real deal here, how long Pete's been around. And he told me Saturday night, there was a little gathering downtown, a couple cocktails. It was good to see everybody. Pete comes up to me, he goes, you know, the window and roof are going to be open tomorrow. And I go, you love that shit, Pete. That's what I said to him. He goes, did you know your average was longer whenever the roof and the window were open than whenever it was closed? And I said, no way. He goes, I looked it up. Because of everything you would say to me whenever I would tell you that we were either opening it or closing it.
Love that.
And I said, who helped you? And he goes, yeah, I looked up every single game. I said, well, how was Vinny's field goal stats? Because I'm fighting for the team, not just myself. You know, I'm mad for Vinny as well. And he goes, well, I didn't look that up. I looked you up. But next time I see him, I bet he's going to go, Adam Vinatieri, 94% with the window. And it was amazing. Yeah, it's like celebrating the Irsay family in the Colts this weekend was cool because it's such a small group of people that are really doing it, and they've all been around for so long. And listening to them talk about this particular team is cool. It is like a very, very cool thing to hear how, not only how Carly, Kaylin, and Casey, who they've all known since they were very young, how they've just like taken over and have kind of had to be put in a position that they knew was coming for a long time. Yeah. But like actually having to do it the way they're operating, it's like, vibes are immaculate right now around the Colts.
Like Peyton Manning gave a little halftime speech and then he introduced Carly for her to give, you know, the Jim Irsay induction into the Ring of Honor. That was incredible too. Dallas Clark, he wears pants that don't fit him, which was one of my favorite parts.
No pants will fit him. This dude's squatting 3 times a week. His quads are gigantic. Sue him. He wears tight pants.
To be honest, I thought someone painted them on. I thought
that might have been skin paint.
Yeah, I thought he wasn't actually wearing pants, dong out, because they were that tight. It was disgusting.
No, it wasn't. What are you talking about? I thought it was impressive.
I mean, it was cool. Like, oh wow, this guy's got kegs for legs. But then you look up a little, it's like, geez, Louise, this guy's dog's in my face.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Dallas looked like a gentleman, and his quads are gigantic. He is incredibly ripped, and it was great to see him and everybody else. The Colts are the real deal, AJ. That's what everybody needs to understand. But are the Packers as well? We'll continue to debate that on the other side, plus overreactions. I don't know if the actions.
No, that was perfect. Especially after watching the 1 second thing they did with Dalton Kincaid after the end of the first half, where it's clearly like 15 seconds to get him to the ground. That definitely got snubbed.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, there could be, who knows what the delays were. You know what I mean? Who knows? Because there's always some sort of sync issue going on. Those on the road shows on Friday have become pretty good. Like pretty
they're
technically sound.
Certainly much better than last year.
Yeah,
thus far.
Those are always fun to deal with, those ones on the road. Now, granted, everybody's working their ass off. It's a lot of tech, a lot of this, a lot of that, a lot of, you know, internet connections, also sending to here, to there. There's a lot of shit involved. I forget who did the stand-up joke. Somebody was mad about, like, the wait time. Might have been Bill Burr. and their phone's going to a fucking satellite in the sky, and it's coming back down, and you're upset about having to wait for fucking 4 minutes. Whatever. Technology is absolutely insane. Okay, it is great for our lives.
Crazy.
But it also can be the worst thing of all time because it seems like it's the only thing that understands itself. And when it comes to like video, audio, all these types of things, boy, tech just holds us all by the.
You can say it.
Oh yeah, you can say it.
They got you by the short hairs.
They do.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
I know you have to deal with it here, but it normally goes off without a hitch. Like hearing you and everything like that, and like seeing.
Let's knock on wood, please. Please knock on some wood here.
It's just that little delay that you have to deal with.
Shout out Barcode and the team, though.
Yeah,
Like,
they're
I'm
doing a
saying-
great job.
Yeah, they've really worked their asses off.
And
Chad's over there, too, I believe.
When we do have a problem, it's crazy because every time with tech, the solution is the dumbest thing in the world. Like, we had a problem with the talkback stuff. It was because our computer was just on volume 0. So it had nothing to do with the program. Had nothing to do with nope, just had to go volume
That
up on
can't
that.
happen.
Yeah. It's crazy.
That can't happen.
It is crazy.
I'm just learning that in real time. I got a lot of questions. All right, on the other side, we'll get some overreactions.
Oh.
Yes.
We sent out a tweet this morning, AJ. Hey. Let's hear it. I predicted a biblical reaction. It became the #1 trend on X rather quickly.
Hell yeah.
And there's a few trends, it feels like.
Yeah.
It feels like there's some people that are having biblical reactions against them. But this is what fan bases are generally feeling. We have come to know.
Yeah.
And it's a segment that we enjoy. All people have to do is put a tweet in about their NFL team that they love and have to include the hashtag, I don't want to overreact, but... And Ty scrolls through them, finds the best ones. And we're able to give a pretty good indication of how most fan bases might feel on this particular Overreaction Monday. It's glorious time. It's entertaining. Some people are really talented wordsmiths on there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I bet.
Some orators.
And some people need to pick it the fuck up.
Yep.
That's what people are about to learn.
Okay.
Fan bases don't have time to wait. Patience is a virtue. But how come other teams don't have to fucking do it? I'm about sick of it. Virtue this, virtue that. I want to win now.
Yeah.
Today.
I mean, if we're winning, maybe it's not by enough. But if we're killing, we're winning it all.
Yeah.
It's a nice range on these Overreaction Mondays. And one team can certainly be on this end of it. And then the very next week, right up here. And that's why the NFL's fandom is at an all-time high. It's a reality show. It's drama. It's feelings. It's emotions. And it's overreactions happening after the break. It'll be worth it. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. Take 5. We're still bringing it.
I light every bridge I see here just to watch it burn. If you've seen all the hell I've seen, it make your stomach turn. I think you know why I do what I do when I do.
Started with 133 teams vying for one of these coveted 12 spots for this 12-team playoff, and it came down to 2 teams in the great state of Indiana kicking this entire thing off.
I try. I might drink a little, I might smoke a lot, counting down the good times, staring down the clock, throw some
The best year of college football that it's ever had is about to have the greatest playoff it's ever had, and it all starts right here in front of Touchdown Jesus and his beautiful Irish people. And I think if you say, "Go Irish!" Be Hoosiers! They'll do that all night. If you make this kick, I will double his kick to $500,000. I will also donate $250,000 to a charity of Chris Daly's choosing. Yeah, let it go.
Oh, God.
Not terrible. Not terrible. Proud of you. One kick, $750,000. The Lord is watching you. Man down. Man down.
That's all right.
1 million. And there's a bunch of that have invaded. There's a lot of them.
We don't just beat top 25 teams, we beat the shit out of them.
Okay. Google here.
But one thing you didn't learn from me is talking all the shit you talk.
Welcome to the most electrifying atmosphere in all of sport. I know European soccer fans are wild. That's like 30 to 60,000. You're about to see all weekend 100,000 plus bananas atmosphere, and that is one part of the reason why college ball is so damn great. Why are the girls here?
Is this not a fun show? No fun. Serious show? Serious football. Alabama Jones is very serious.
You know, he was trying to be funny, which I get it. And, you know, my daughter Kristen loves him. So that's kind of soothed the soul a little bit that somebody in our family likes the guy.
I choose to believe. In for a touchdown, Jesus, and everybody looking down. IU gets a massive win over Notre Dame. Shane, I'm sorry.
You're a real scumbag. I thought Coach Cignetti coming out here was a real disgrace to the game. He left his players in the locker room to go get some camera time for himself. I know a legend like yourself would never do something like that. Would you?
No,
it's disgusting. I saw it. I thought, wow, what a sad, disgusting program. Notre Dame by a million. Go Irish.
Riley Leonard and the Irish from their own two. Jeremiah Love breaks free. Jeremiah Love trying to go 98. Touchdown!
Might be fiction for a blowout here, fellas.
Couldn't wait to get to the wonderful state of OH! In the SEC, coming up to the Big Ten, when it's cold as hell, we shall settle the conversation here in beautiful Columbus. Coach, that hairline, you get a haircut every day?
Not every day. Not every day.
Big beard, big boot, Peters in tow, 500. Oh, this guy sucks. Holy, oh, this guy's the worst we've ever seen. Just took out the Ohio State cheerleaders. $1 million here, JD Level. Yep, this guy sucks at kicking, but we appreciate the hell out of you, JD. He has once wiped 100 times.
What? What?
Yeah, 100 times. There are actually people out there, psychos obviously, that like the non-frosted Pop-Tarts. Gary's brother, one of the best football players I've ever been around. Non-frosted strawberry Pop-Tarts.
I like non-frosted Pop-Tarts.
Now, I, at one point this year, was the mayor of Conktown.
You were the mayor?
Mayor of Conktown, yeah. They voted me in there, and this is my
How do you become the mayor of Conktown?
You just got to go around and say, listen, I heart cock. I heart cocks. Sorry, numerous. Whenever we found out that there was going to be a college football playoff game in Columbus, Ohio, we were all jacked up to see this Ohio State faithful be showcased to the entire world about how much they love football. Then we walked out here to this game day set this morning, and it was like, Rocky Top, you'll always be home, sweet home to me. Rocky Top, Rocky Top. Well, in that song, they say it's home. Home for me is the North, and the cold is going to be Dahn. Give me the Ohio State Buckeyes representing for the Big Ten.
How cool was Sean Perkins, the Ohio State football team, for allowing us to hang out in their facility pretty much all day Saturday? They had 5 TVs set up, a bunch of recliners. Roosters supplied some phenomenal food.
Arctic temperatures. NJ Hawkins on 2 warmers. Various butter from South Florida. Please fucking in for it. You can check up on about first quarter, fourth quarter. It's all we want. It's all loose. It is.
And off on the count. Travion Henderson in the open field. Travion Henderson is scoring. Another ton for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Story of the game thus far as Chip Kelly is going mad dummy, bruh. All of Ohio is excited. They were singing lonely, ice cold beer never broke my heart. First read, second read, third read, scramble, ball on the ground. Check down. Would hate to be a Tennessee fan or a chair near Morgan Wallen because they have no hope right now. Will Howard, 101. Check. Jeremiah Smith. Touchdown!
By and large, these games have absolutely absolutely stunk, Pat.
Peter Herbstreit raising an absolute hell.
A couple people up here with that smoky orange face paint on that are feeling like real assholes right now.
As we look to the exits, and the Volunteers fans are saying, get my ass back to the South. This one's over. Bounces it. Touchdown, Ohio State. Boys, that was wide ass open. He's got left hand. 500 drones, ones that we know about. This game's over, but we're still bringing it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. That's hilarious.
Oh, yeah, AJ. You earned that, buddy. Hey.
Why?
Let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig. Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this Overreaction Monday, September 8, 2025, hour 3 of the program begins right now. Football is the greatest. We can't thank you enough for allowing us to talk about it for a living. That is AJ Hawk. Wow, AJ, you look good, Bob. You look good over there.
You look great. You guys all look great.
Well, we appreciate that. But you do. He popped up on the screen. We said, holy hell, this guy's in the middle of a new haircut. Yeah, it is. People talk about J.J. Watt's hair. I don't know if you saw the tweets talking about it being feathery and layered. I think he did it right. And obviously, him and Cuz that he's calling with, quite a height disparage.
Iron Eagle.
Iron Eagle there. I mean, one's uniquely
JJ's
tall.
an absolute monster.
Get him a box.
JJ is a monster.
Him in some of those old stadiums would have been great because I think he's actually calling game like this in some of those stadiums with the way some of those booths are for everything. His hair looks great. I think he called the game very well. I think it was a great game for him to call. A lot of action, too.
Yep.
So I'm pumped for JJ's start. We'll talk to him on Wednesday. The Toxic Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer, Dahn. Cowboys AP Tone is here. And a 9-year NFL vet, Darius J. Butler is here. Everything DB, good D, bad D, back for another season. Can't wait to dive into all of that. We had some good defensive performances around the league, I think, right?
We did. We had some great defensive plays, great performances overall. Can't wait to dive into it.
Were the Broncos great? Defense?
They're pretty good.
They were pretty solid. Yeah, rookie quarterback, you expect
Good amount
a
of sacks.
defense like that to show up and show out.
That game kind of stunk. We didn't really talk about that.
Yeah,
also, Cards-Saints game kind of stunk. We didn't really talk about that.
Those Saints jerseys.
Yeah, those were shite. Yeah.
The game stunk for us, but it didn't stink as much as Cam Ward's dad thought it stunk.
Yeah, if that was his dad, we all saw the video on the internet of his dad getting up from the seat, going over the handle rail, and just putting his head down and then turning back around. We all saw the video. We don't know if that was necessarily him, but he was certainly at a point of, come on, boys, what are we doing here? And then, Coach saying... potentially not in the rules. I don't know if any of us know the rules. I guess
there's a lot of rules.
So many rules.
There's a lot of rules.
What's in? What's out? Is an elbow count as good? If it's 1 foot, what all do you need? There's that whole situation. But Saints, Cards, Broncos, Titans, kind of 2 games we didn't really dive into. And I think for all 4 fan bases, for the betterment of everybody.
And they understand.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Was there any?
Maybe next week.
Yeah, maybe next week. A lot of games left. Congrats to the Broncos getting a big time win. Congrats to the Cards getting a big time win.
That's right.
Congrats to those 2 getting out of there 1-0.
Yeah, that's all you need.
As opposed to being completely defeated. Now the other teams are wondering themselves, all right, what's this year going on? There's a little bit of that going on for some people. But no, it's a long season, and even the shite teams are going to steal a win. Maybe. Now, let's go to some overreactions. What do you think, AJ?
I can't wait. I bet there are some good ones today.
Yeah, I think so too. I felt like there was a lot of pent-up energy through the offseason, a lot of thoughts coming into the season. And then whenever that particular game plays out the way that you thought it was going to in the mostly negative fashion, like I heard Gumpy yesterday say like 10 different times, it turns out all of our actual feelings about the team were right. Yeah, all of our actual thoughts and concerns were good concerns because they are concerning watching them play football. Ain't that right, Gumpy? That was kind of your realization.
Yeah, it looked as bad as it possibly could have.
And that was in the moment. Mm-hmm. That was at halftime. I couldn't even imagine what some of these fans could think of overnight. Ladies and gentlemen, I put a tweet out saying, hey, I want to hear your thoughts on your team. All you have to do is put the hashtag
I don't want to overreact.
But what's the number one trend? Ty scanned through them all. Ty, you said there were some good ones in there.
Yeah, there's definitely, as to be expected. People have been waiting to do this, to just unleash on their team or say we're going to win the Super Bowl for quite some time. So there were some really good ones.
Great morning on the internet. Let's go to the first one from our Boston Connor. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but there's a chance we are entering into the NFL's golden era of primetime football. Last night was week 1. It was a 15-point fourth quarter, under 4-minute comeback. It's going to be the best season yet. Hell yeah, Connor. I don't think that's overreaction. I think that's reading what's happening and understanding the future, brother.
Yeah, very excited. Thursday night was fantastic up until that weather delay. That's going to throw a wrench in it. You can't really qualify everything after that. Just think about the football you saw before it. Top tier. Then you go to Friday. Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes. Mahomes is running wild. Herbert played unbelievable. Last night was last night. Tonight, maybe you're not as excited as all the other primetime games, and that's okay just because it's a lot of question marks. Enjoy that. Enjoy the, hey, I don't know what I'm going to get with J.J. McCarthy tonight. This is his first NFL game. Yeah. Hey, guess what? You're going to know what you're going to get with Justin Jefferson. He's going to do something unbelievable. Caleb Williams, I don't know what I'm going to get. Hey, guess what? He might suck. It's going to be freaking hilarious if he does. Enjoy that. If he's good, that's going to be just as cool. And if the game sucks, shit, we got to wait a couple days. Guess what we're waiting for, guys?
What?
You know what's on Thursday? I don't know, Commanders, Packers.
What?
You got to be kidding me. The primetime, this might be the year where every single game in primetime delivers. I'm juiced.
Yeah, because every once in a while, we'll run into a little bit of a lull in the season.
Sure. Yeah.
And we start to wonder, has the NFL lost its fastball? Are they not able to project ahead of time what teams are going to be good so that we have good games? But now at start this season, AJ, both college and NFL, feels like we got some good ball in the season.
Yeah.
Maybe the best year of all time, AJ.
Oh, it's setting up to be the best season of all time, no question. I mean, Packers, Commanders, you serious on Thursday? Micah gets a little bit more into the game plan, and we get to see both teams, like who is truly legit, who backs up what they did week 1, I guess.
We'll do our selections, on Thursday for Thursday night and then on Friday. We both, not bad for first week, Age. You need to know that.
I don't know if I did great. What did I do?
Not bad, dude. 500.
Look at you. You're seeing it.
Seeing the field.
I'll tell you what, I might be. Now, with that being said, I waffled on 4 or 5 of these picks, and I think they all went the right way.
Yeah,
There's certainly a time where you're going to waffle and they're going to go the wrong way.
Yeah.
And shout out to us getting the best line, too, AJ. We'll continue to do that all season. But you at 500 week 1, we should be happy about. Me above 500 week 1, I'm happy about. We are, let's keep, maybe our overreaction is, holy shit, might be the greatest NFL season of all time.
Yeah.
Might be out here, AJ. This is good news. Because there's been some times where both of us have started, 3 for in that thing.
I think I've won 1 or 2 games before early in the season, no question.
Yeah, because who knows what we're looking at? Nobody knows.
It's hard. And early on the games.
Like the Giants.
Sometimes too, and they've been great.
Go ahead, Abe.
Sorry, I took a shot in the Giants at +6, and we had a lot of hope coming out of camp with them, didn't we? We felt like everything was good, and yeah, unfortunately, it didn't happen.
Well, that sounds like an overreaction there from him after one game saying the Giants might be dead. Russell Wilson doesn't even have a start. Let's go to the next overreaction from Ty. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but it's destiny. Written in the stars. Jordan Love looked exceptional. And yes, Micah Parsons with a limited snap count had a massive impact on the game. See you in Santa Clara. Hashtag Go Pack Go. Hashtag Kings of the North.
Good hashtag.
Is everybody singing? Great hashtag usage.
Thank you.
Anytime there's a little emblem after
Anytime
the hashtag.
you can get the emblem in there, yeah.
Yeah, because that's just a little pizzazz.
Yeah, it's just neat.
Yeah, it is very neat. Yeah, it is very neat. Is this how every Packers fan feels?
Yes.
Micah Parsons gets traded to you guys. You all think you're going to win the Super Bowl, and then first game goes the way it goes against a Detroit Lions team that is normally good against you guys, and you have your way with them. You guys feel great.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, I think everyone was still kind of, and no one knew how much Micah was actually going to play. So you were hopeful the whole time. But yeah, had they done this against like the Bears or one like another team that was like kind of on the fringe, hey, maybe you make the playoffs, it probably would have been a different reaction. But doing it against a team that won 15 games last year and the team that is the king of the division right now, and it wasn't particularly close. Like, they thoroughly dominated that game. So yeah, everyone is taking that, hey, we're going to win the Super Bowl, and now I think it's just amplified by like 100.
Well, congratulations.
Hell yeah,
pretty good.
Rightfully so.
Hey, that's Carmen Policy's boy. Ed Policy making that big-time trade with Jerry, bringing in the juice.
That's what you do. You give up some assets, you bring in a difference maker. We all want guys that can change the math on defense, and that's the guy that changes the math, not only for the guys he's lining up with on the same level, but those secondary guys. You bring in Micah Parsons, that's going to upgrade everyone on the back end. So you got a defense still wins championships. You obviously have an offense that can score. I don't think that's an overreaction, Ty.
Yeah, there are moments where, and we talked about this a little bit before, there are moments where you forgot like Penei Sewell was on the field because of how good Micah Parsons
Why don't they give him the damn ball?
They should.
Probably have to.
Ben Johnson would have been giving him the ball third quarter if things weren't going well.
Yeah, speaking of Timmy Horton calling plays.
Feels like the OC doesn't know football.
Did they?
What? Jeez, that's an overreaction.
Come on.
I like that.
Did Hutch play?
You wouldn't be able to tell.
Hutch did play, okay?
Did he?
He didn't look great.
Thanks for the reminder.
He's back from an injury.
The whole pass rush didn't look great.
I'm starting to think
fucking lunch.
That non-player Peter Schrager did know what he was talking about the Lions. I'm starting to think, hold on.
Hold the phone, Peter.
There might be for the next 20 years, the number one seed in the NFC might go through the NFC North, but shit, he might not be, MCDC's quarterback.
Oh, yeah?
It might be, Green Bay or Minnesota we might see tonight. JJ McCarthy looks good. Shit, we're talking about the Lions being the third best team in their division again. Holy shit.
Maybe
What if Caleb's really?
We can't go there. We can't. Or we can. All the Lions. I mean,
Enough.
they got Jared.
First in the entire NFC.
They got Jared Gooflowski.
That's not his name.
I'm seeing a lot of Gooflowski on the internet. Without Ben Johnson, we're looking at Jared Gooflowski running out of the back of the end zone as Micah Parsons.
I saw a lot of people saying that that's what it looked like. That was unfair, I think, to Jared Goff.
Yeah, just a
And Dan Orlovsky.
Yes, thank you.
pretty messed up.
That is. The internet's good, though.
Yeah, where was JMO, too? We're just talking about Gooflowski.
He just got paid.
Where was JMO? Where was Amon-Ra? Yeah, just getting paid, counting their bills because they weren't catching their passes.
I will say, a lot of people are saying, I know you guys call Monty and Gibbs Sonic and Knuckles. Some people are calling them ass and cheeks now. I don't like that. I do not like that.
They were
Who was that? That was a tweet?
Yes, that was a tweet on the internet.
Like Sonic and Moose Knuckles.
The internet is the greatest. The internet is the greatest.
Who's the Lions' next opponent?
The Bears.
They better show up.
We're in a must-win situation right now.
Of the NFC North.
The Bears haven't even played yet.
Oh, yeah, they might be the best. They might be the best.
I'm a believer.
Number one in the NFC, to what Connor was alluding to, is number 4 in the NFC North.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. That might be the Jeez Louise moment of the weekend.
Yeah.
I'm sorry Lions fans feel that way.
Jeez, it sucks. I mean, but that's the thing. Everybody wants to be the Patriots. It's hard to be good for that long, man. The Lions they're just going to be one of those flash in the pans.
No, I don't. That's an overreaction.
I never saw Bill in a fucking Chili's commercial.
It's
Applebee's.
Applebee's.
Triple dipper.
Actually, fucking but that is weird because the moment it all started going downhill, you could argue, is when Bill Belichick appeared in that Subway commercial.
Bad commercial. Yep. Sat down on that bench.
Man.
Is it true MCDC isn't letting Texas A&M scout? Or is that?
That's fake.
Is it true MCDC made the boys run sprints on Lambeau?
No, that was Fran Brown in Syracuse. All right, let's go to the next overreaction, or maybe not. This is from Frankie Moraldo. Hashtag I don't overreact, but Ben Stonium, incredible graphic designer, video editor, you name it, out of Pittsburgh. And he created, a Netflix docuseries about Chris Boswell being a serial killer. And that is because Mike Tomlin had this to say about the Wizard of Boz, who's been on a heater for the Pittsburgh Steelers for about a decade or so.
And I can't say enough about Boz.
Man, our kicker is a serial killer. Man, he got a low pulse rate. He can't wait to deliver.
That last line, I think, is the most important one. He can't wait to deliver. Whenever you talk about kickers, you talk about the mental capacity of it all. The fact that Tomlin can feel the fact that this dude wants to come out here and hit that. That's what separates, like Adam Vinatieri from like me or guys that weren't like great kickers but good kickers. Boz has been so good for so long. Danny Smith is chewing on his gum with delight knowing that Boz is there. And there was a little bit of a contract thing going on before the season with him, AJ. So the fact that he was able to block all that out and knock one of those home, and Tomlin describes him as a serial killer, which is a great compliment for a kicker. What if it's a Steelers year, AJ? What if it is the Steelers year?
I mean, they sure look good to me, but with going back to Boswell, it's true. Like, Tomlin knows we've all seen people like say you run the drill in practice and there's a guy who's a monster who's killing everybody and they're real slow to get an opponent versus that kid. A lot of times no one wants to jump up and challenge that big kid. Boz seems like the kid that's going to be jumping to the front of the line going 10 times in a row trying to challenge himself against that biggest kid. So I'm sure Boz is sitting there, I'll make it from 70. I don't care. You guys don't need to get any farther. Here we go. Let's go. Wherever I'm at, I'm going to make that thing. And what an absolute weapon to have as your kicker to be that guy.
I agree. There has to be some sort of incentive-based something coming, I would assume.
Just pay him now.
Kind of how they did with Cam.
Yeah, kind of the $3 million incentive base for Cam. I assume there'd be
Con artists at work.
Yeah, making him happy. He was walking off the field afterwards with Tomlin. All is good.
Yeah, they're happy.
Yeah, and then
That's all that matters.
Pumped.
Would be hilarious headline. Chris Boswell signs new 4-year, blah, 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 $1 million deal the day after hitting a 60-yard game winner. That's out of a movie. Could do it.
Should do it.
Would they?
Or hold out. One of the two.
Oh, you think he says, I'm not doing it anymore?
No. Wait.
Yeah, find somebody else to make a 60-yard game winner, coach. See ya.
That'd be so sweet. That'd be the coolest thing
He has
ever.
the leverage.
If for
He
1
has
week, Boswell was like, all right, Mike, I'm going to sit this one out. Let's see if you want to pay me now after, you need another guy to kick a 60-yarder to win.
Now, that happened up in Buffalo with Prater getting the job.
Yeah.
Prater, 41 years. Did he get there?
Thursday,
yeah. Gets you dropped in there.
Took a red eye.
And then hits a game winner. It's like, that's classic Prater, and maybe if he was available, maybe that's who the Steelers would be able to call. But I don't know if Prater's just stepping in, hitting a 60, and maybe actually.
He would be the
new
guy.
K-balls.
Prater might be the only guy.
But the old K-balls.
Yeah, the original K-balls back in the game was a big deal. Like, these dudes are going to murder these footballs. Chris Boswell hit that 60-yarder. That thing hit the net. That net at that stadium is far back, too. Like, it's hard to... because some stadiums, the nets are very close to the uprights. So they're going to be a little bit higher on the thing, obviously, as you go through. Some of them are a little bit further back. There's a little bit more space in between the upright and the stands. So it's like he murdered that ball, crushed it. And I think if they would have lined him up for any distance, he's the type of guy that's going to make it. Like, it's going to be good enough. It's going to be far enough. I love Boz. I like that he's getting love. Hopefully he gets a little bit of cash out of this, too.
Yeah, let's not forget the 41-year-old quarterback who started that drive on the 19-yard line and just had another notch on his belt for game-winning drives.
Hello, Aaron Rodgers, Pittsburgh Steelers football.
I was told that I was a fucking idiot for wanting him on my football team.
What did Bruce Arians say? Bruce Arians said there are going to be a lot of close games. I don't think there's anybody I want with the 2-minute other than
Bingo.
Aaron Rodgers. Isn't that what he said?
That is exactly what he said. And I thought about it yesterday.
Or Mike McCarthy.
It was McCarthy. I thought about it as that was happening yesterday. I was like, you know what? Things happen on the show all the time where people say stuff and then it happens. And I was thinking of that during the game yesterday because I needed a lot of hope.
Yeah, there's a lot of points being scored against Pittsburgh Steelers defense. It's very abnormal.
Didn't love it.
But Mike McCarthy saying a lot of those games are going to be very close.
Right.
And it's going to come down to Aaron in a 2-minute drill and he gets it down. Obviously, 60-yard field goal is a long way. They lose 2 yards in the down right before that.
Yeah.
Game. But nonetheless, Pittsburgh Steelers win. Yinzers are jacked up. Now, they watched the Colts do what the Colts did, too, so they know there's levels to this right now after week 1. Let's go to the next overreaction. Speaking of that, from Jonathan May, at Jonathan May 2434. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but the Colts aren't just winning games. They're rewriting destiny. This squad looks ready to run the table, go undefeated, and bring the Lombardi back home for Jim Irsay. Forget movie magic. This isn't Indiana Jones on a big screen. This is real life. Hell yeah, Jonathan May. This is real life.
Incredible.
I don't think that's an overreaction at all. But what he's saying about not being Indiana Jones, I'm okay with it being Indiana Jones. If he needs to, turn over every stone to figure whatever out needs to be done to win a damn Super Bowl. I hope Indiana Jones gets to the bottom of it. I appreciate what Jonathan May's saying here, Ty.
Yeah, and there were a lot of people, alluding to the Indiana Jones thing. So that's great, but maybe let's not do that every single week.
You're talking about us?
No, I'm saying
you're talking about D-Bone?
I'm saying literally every single overreaction had some sort of Indiana Jones, play on words.
His
to
nickname
it.
now.
But
You're already sick of it.
That's good.
But yeah, I'm already sick of it. But I was thinking about it, and when you put everything together from what the Colts had going on this week, I don't think it is an overreaction as a Colts fan to feel this way. Going in, that all that stuff comes out, okay, we're just gonna suck again. People are pissed about Daniel Jones, and then that's on top of the added pressure to go out there and not just win but look good when they're honoring Irsay, and you have all these Colts legends back there. Can you imagine your mood or your how you would have been feeling if the Colts either lose that game, but even if they win 21-20, you're not coming in today the way you are when they just beat the shit out of them, leave no doubt, look like one of the best teams in the league. If I'm a Colts fan, I really don't think this is an overreaction. You should feel this way until they give you a reason not to feel this way.
We've had homecoming type games before where a lot of legends are in the building. Freeney went in. I think it was big. Dallas went in. I think it was big. Tarek.
Tarek.
Tarek was big. They have those. This one, everybody.
Yeah.
Came to it, because it was Jim. And having Reg, Marv, even the older OGs, Bill Brooks was there. And, Peyton obviously speaking. New ownership is everything about it, was a big deal for the celebration of life for Jim Irsay in there. And you could feel it. And you're right. In years past, they would have lost those games. When everybody's in the building. And it's all right, let's get us out of here. These nuts. Where they would have done something stupid or something like that. And instead, it's they just play sound football and just beat I think there was a 14-play drive. I think there was a 15-play drive. I think there was a 17-play drive. Anthony Calhoun tweeted about it. I forget the exact ones. But it was they were just drumming.
Yeah. Efficient.
The Miami Dolphins.
Dialed.
And everybody's I think there were some guys that potentially had their flights scheduled for after the first quarter.
Sure.
To potentially get out of town. And instead, wait a minute, this feels a little bit different. Yeah, here it is. 14, 17, and 15-play drives during the game. Scored on every possession. First team to do that in forever, whatever the stat was. I forget what it was. It's it was awesome in there, man. It really was. I hope we got bottled. And I hope we're drinking it all season.
Yeah, week one.
Was it a packed house?
Yes.
It was
that's
packed.
good because, sometimes that just shows that everything that's being said on the internet is exactly true because if that was true, no one would have showed up for the game.
Oh, yeah, you're right. 93% negativity.
Yeah.
Worst in the league.
Was Mellencamp there?
Who?
He was sitting around somewhere the whole time.
Banger. I didn't see him. I wouldn't be surprised, though, if he's not doing a halftime or something at some point. New playlist in there.
With the big three?
Yeah, it's changed. I wouldn't be surprised if we might see someone else in there instead of that avenue.
Who's that?
Maybe Rose, although I don't know.
Ricky Ross was playing yesterday against the Miami Dolphins. Lot of Ricky Ross.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, because
I do like that.
I was sitting.
It was cool.
I was in the suite looking out, and I see Gumpy's Dolphins tarp and his hat, and then on the field, all I see is Colts players dancing to Rick Ross, and I'm like,
oh, so you knew right away.
We just stole Rick Ross.
Yeah.
It feels like we are enjoying this a lot more than you guys. Yeah, it was a lot of Jeezy in there, a lot of Ricky. Yeah, it was.
That's all new though. That's different compared to what it was before.
Yeah, there was also Jim Irsay's playlist. I think there was one of the Boss's playlists that had heat.
His band?
Yeah, no, his. I don't think any from his band were.
Okay.
It was all just basically sing-along songs.
Old school bangers?
Yeah, old school bangers.
Oh,
it was really good. It was really well done, I will say.
They're not done with it yet, but there will actually be a building in the skyline, which will be cool through the window.
Two cranes.
Yeah, the new
Wow.
hotel.
Yeah, that's what Danny Dimes era has brought. Cranes to the city. They are building a new mega hotel.
Just like Tom in Tampa.
Holy shit. if
Four
Danny's
seasons
coming.
or
What's that?
Four seasons Indy?
I don't know.
Maybe.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I forget. It's
JW came out.
Blue. Yeah.
What's that?
Fontainebleau.
Fountain Blue, like Miami or something.
W.
Maybe because it is a massive space.
Yeah, that's the thing about here. If we are to city develop, there's a lot of space and it's all flat. So it's very easy to build as opposed to having to,
Could be the biggest Red Roof Inn in the country.
I was going to say they should make it the biggest Red Roof for Best Western, just to really.
That'd be cool.
Wasn't Holiday Inn kind of the standard whenever it comes to all those?
Yeah, but they don't leave the light on for you.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Motel 6.
Yeah, but Holiday Inn, doesn't they have the breakfast? What was theirs?
Yeah, I stayed at a Holiday Inn last night.
Yeah,
Well, that was Holiday Inn Express.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
Spring Hill Suites. They got good continental breakfast.
Turns out they do. They do it. They have the eggs.
Tons of eggs.
So,
all the eggs.
38-story Signia Hotel.
Oh, Signias are nice.
Signia coming to town.
Oh, yeah.
it looks wonderful.
It's not a Holiday Inn or Best Western.
No.
Still be cool. How do you feel about Indiana Jones instead of Indiana Jones?
Because his name's Danny.
No, that's
Or Indiana Dimes.
too zany.
Or Indy Jones, because
Or, Indy Jones.
Yeah, instead of Indiana Jones, Indy Jones.
he plays on Dan.
Doesn't play as well.
Indiana
Young
Jones.
people know what Indiana Jones is. Do young
you
people have
kidding
any
me?
idea?
A new one just came out a year ago, so I think.
With Harrison Ford?
Yeah.
I've seen them all, and what I like most about them is when they do the
When he cracks his whip.
yeah,
The
that's
adventure?
really cool.
Yeah.
I also appreciate the fact that he's always
Carrying that gat on him. He's
Yeah,
always
yeah,
got
he's
that
always
thing.
Always on
thing
an
on him.
adventure, always looking for
Obviously,
treasure.
he's always snooping around.
That
He
hat,
is,
man.
he is.
Which one was your favorite?
Yeah.
Well, the most recent one I think was good for the generation that it was trying to play to. But I remember when old buddy was doing it back in the day.
Raiders
Yeah,
of the
you
Lost
just
Ark.
told me Raiders of the Lost
Yeah.
Ark, one of your favorite movies.
Yeah, it was actual
Makes
film.
sense.
It wasn't digital. So it's just a little different quality.
Yeah.
Was surprised you weren't a Temple of Doom guy.
Well, the thing about the Temple of Doom is I liked it, but I thought it was just kind of ripping it off of that other one a little
Raiders
bit.
of the Lost Ark.
Yeah,
Sure.
I think it was a little
I
bit
got
too
you.
close.
Sure.
No, the other one.
And you were pissed when Shia LaBeouf, got cast in it, and they tried to pass the hat off, and you were like, "Fucking not my Indy."
Yeah, just like when I was watching that Queen show.
Queen's Gambit.
No,
The
love
Crown.
Queen's
The Crown
Gambit.
when they
The
changed
Crown.
Queen Elizabeth.
When they changed the Queens.
Yeah.
That's my Queen right there.
Bingo.
That's gonna be tough for me to pay attention to. Well, she's older now. It's like no, that ain't how she's gonna age.
Kind of like Fresh Prince.
Which one?
Aunt Viv, she changed as well.
She did change.
I don't think I remember being as upset as I was.
Well, I don't think culture at that time was getting as upset at things.
Yeah, and I thought about this the other day. Because, for instance, with Red Zone, whenever I was getting attacked pretty heavily, which for saying we don't care, which wasn't the proper wording, what I should have said is, obviously it's better without commercials. We hope everything had no advertising. With that being said, con man.
I mean, you can just grab yourself a little Jose Cuervo, make it almost better.
And on that note, as we were getting just absolutely murdered and killed for everything like that with the Red Zone channel, I should have said we would rather no ads, but the fact that it exists, we will still watch, which I hope and assume everybody did, and you couldn't really matter. And ESPN, I started getting called a Disney show. They're not going to have 2 years. They don't even. This is a YouTube TV. This is Google, which is awesome, by the way. Love YouTube TV. They're very kind to us, and they've been very good. But they're like, Disney, ESPN ruins everything. I saw a lot of that. And I'm going to let you know, there's a lot of things over the past that we have certainly all shared the opinion that you all have in that particular department. I think we all have eyes and a sense of everything like that. But whenever people say, I used to just watch SportsCenter, and it was like the greatest, it was like SportsCenter was also showing you for the first time a lot of shit. Like, hey, here is a highlight play. Here's a story. Here's this. Nowadays, we see everything fucking immediately.
Right away.
Like, everything is happening so quickly. So, having to adjust in how you deliver things, I think is a tough comparison. Trying to compare what life was, because we all grew up with SportsCenter. But also, it was like the first time I'm seeing a lot of things.
With the sidebar.
Yeah, with
you knew
everything.
when you were,
Yeah, and your team, and you're seeing it, let alone if you lived out of the market from wherever you played. It's like some of the only shit you're going to see is that. So we're in a vastly different time. And I think this Red Zone changing thing to 4 15-second commercials for a total of 1 minute, which I don't know if I was down at the Colts game, so we had Red Zone on TV. Love it. Keeps you updated with everything. But I didn't really feel the commercial break as much as everybody else.
That's just the start, Pat. It's just the tip of the spear.
I know it is. And here's what I'm going to say, and I don't speak for everybody clearly. No matter what they do, I'm going to fucking watch it.
Yep.
And I don't like that. I'm telling you, I don't like it. But I'm going to watch it.
That's a reality.
It's a great idea.
It's the best product there
Keep
is.
it split screen. Keep it split screen, and we're fine.
Yeah.
Got to do the playthrough.
Yeah, that's it.
Got to do the playthrough. All right, let's go to the next overreaction, shall we? This is from Gambling Gary, the 96 draft. Hashtag I don't want to overreact, but keep that seat warm because old Chuck Pagano might be back in it by Thanksgiving if Jair Alexander keeps getting beat like a drum. Oh, no. The Ravens secondary look like a JV team out there, and that's supposed to be their strong suit. Tighten up, Chuck.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't like that.
I didn't like it either.
Gary.
I didn't like it either.
These are my first time seeing these, AJ. They were obviously picked by Ty. It's a full surprise. I did not know Chuck Pagano was going to catch it in his Italian shins, but I guess that would make sense if Josh Allen's able to come back from being 15 down with less than 4 minutes against a defense that is highly regarded as being one of the best in the league. Chuck Pagano knows that, though. He knows that getting back into the NFL fire is going to be these types of days, and Josh Allen is an alien in that whole thing. Jair Alexander, I think, did talk a little bit about it. Playing a really good quarterback here. We got to continue to mold and grow forward. What should we think about this Baltimore Ravens defense after what they gave up to Josh Allen?
I mean, that's tough. Whenever you are a defense and you are on the other side of a quarterback doing something historic, I have personal experience with that. Played against Big Ben in Heinz Field at the time, and I think he threw for like 500, like 6 touchdowns. It was crazy. It was on the field, so that's never a good feeling. But long season ahead, you got a bunch of talent, a bunch of first rounders in that secondary. So yeah, as a fan, and Gambling Gary probably has some money on it too, but as a fan, you do think that you do lean on that to be one of your strengths of your team. But they will figure it out. They got the talent, they got the coaches. We're not keeping his seat warm for Chuck. When he's ready to come back, he'll come back after he hoists the Lombardi. But you got to get it done. And Josh Allen is a generational talent at the position, so shit like this will happen. But yeah, it was ugly, and I can understand where Gambling Gary's coming from, but he's an asshole, and Ty, you're an asshole too for picking
that one. Yeah, there's a lot of different options out there that could have got the point across, but I guess keeping the seat warm for Chuck is certainly something that would brighten our day, because it would be great to have Chuck Pagano around here.
Love you, Coach.
I don't know how today is for Coach John Harbaugh and the entire Baltimore Ravens staff. There's some stats coming out about that whole situation that's certainly disappointing.
Yikes.
I would assume that's not a fun existence over there. I appreciate, though, that Butta said it was my fault.
He did.
Butta, it's not me. It's not me, Butta. He said, Mr. McAfee jinxed us. He said, I thought
he made it, Butta?
And you were at Latrobe.
How would you jinx?
He's with the Steelers. No, Mr. McAfee wouldn't do that. But I would never. I was on your side, Butta. I was excited to see your reaction as the Baltimore Ravens continue to do things that nobody else could do. Derrick Henry, he's 31, faster, stronger than he's ever looked. Lamar Jackson doing Lamar Jackson shit on a very regular basis. I was excited for Butta. I was pumped for Butta.
Yeah.
I was pumped for Butta. And then Butta started thinking after the game, this guy fucking jinxed us. And I want to let him know it was not on purpose if that was the case. AJ, I am a Baltimore Ravens fan. I hope the Baltimore Ravens play well. And I think last night was a great AFC playoff game that we're going to see in a few months from now, brother. Don't you think?
Yeah, the Ravens fans should not be freaking out. They know that they're going to be fine. Lamar Jackson, that offense, and their defense is going to be just fine. They ran into a juggernaut, the Bills. And Josh Allen, we know that dude is pretty damn special. So it was a great game. Here we go. Like, we got plenty more to have.
Kyle Hamilton
figure things out.
Almost blocks that field goal.
He could. Yeah. Whew. You see him jumping like, oh my goodness, I had that.
He was way too clean there. If I'm Buffalo, we need to figure that out very quick.
Look at him. Oh.
And he's the guy to do that too. I mean, he probably has the perfect timing, perfect sense.
Oh, and he block out. Why'd you block out?
I can't believe you baited him.
Who? Butta? I did not bait Butta.
Oh, got his ass.
No, I did not. And if Kyle Hamilton blocks that, Butta
that's why he didn't.
No!
Right there.
Don't you? Turn the audio on. You're gonna have to zoom out a little bit, I think. Oh, we'll be back. There.
Seasons as the Ravens quarterback.
Well, look at Garrett, bro. Look at Garrett. Nobody can stop it. Like, these were going so good. These were going so good on all cylinders.
Historic night.
Great night.
Historic.
What a start to the
doing
season.
nothing but greatness.
Tackling opportunities against Derrick Henry. You can just about forget about it.
This us playing football right here. We done got bitched by Pat McAfee in it. What? This might be Pat McAfee's fault, bro.
Whoa.
But it might be Pat McAfee's fault, bro.
Whoa.
He done jinxed us.
No.
Maybe.
He done said it. Oh, he done baited butter. Oh, he done baited butter.
No, I didn't.
Oh, he done got me. Oh, Pat got me.
No, I didn't bait you, butter. I'm on your side, butter.
Bro, it was like after this play, right before the halftime, Pat was like, this y'all year?
No, I was asking a question.
Got his ass.
And butter done fell for the bait. Bro, what? I done said, hell yeah, this our year shit. Bro, he done got us. And his team is Steelers? Nah, Pat wouldn't do that. Pat wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that.
You're right,
He wouldn't do that.
You're right.
He wouldn't do that.
You're right.
He wouldn't do that. He wouldn't do that. Right? He wouldn't do that.
I didn't. You're right. You're right.
That's a man with integrity right there.
Exactly.
He wouldn't do that.
Exactly.
I might give him the benefit of the doubt.
Thank you, butter. Thank you, butter. Okay, that's good.
Butter.
I'm happy. It took him a long time to get there.
Oh, yeah.
And that was quite a quick amount of time. I don't know if he was really there yet. But I want to let Butter know I didn't bait you. I was on your side. I love Jimmy's Famous Seafood.
Yeah, you do.
I love the Coach Pagano's there.
Yeah.
I would like to see the Baltimore Ravens going. Now, the Colts all of a sudden are a monster, are a problem. And we did go to the Pittsburgh Steelers training camp. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm a Steelers fan.
Ravens didn't invite us.
Would like to see them do well, though. I got a lot of friends over there, but I love the Baltimore
Where
Ravens.
did the Colts come from?
Yeah, they were in Baltimore, They're in Baltimore. Yeah, then they left. Yeah. Then they came here to Indianapolis. We celebrated that this weekend, actually. But I did not have that on my mind.
of course not.
I love butter.
Man of integrity.
I was excited to see Stavy and butter all year. All year I was pumped for that.
Need them together.
Need them together.
Ravens might need them together, too.
Something to think about.
It's a lot of power.
Might be the most entertaining fan in the entire league.
Yeah.
I guess there isn't a might be to that. I think they are.
Yeah, I think.
Well, we got
the flow.
Yeah, we got the flow. Let's not get out of hand.
Yeah, that's true.
He's got a lot of moxie.
But he's a different category.
He had a great performance. He nailed the halftime. I'll tell you.
Yes.
Whenever I heard he was going to do a live show in front of 60,000 people, I was a little bit eager to see how it went. Nailed it.
Yeah, he did.
Absolutely nailed it.
Flawless.
Moxie shined through.
Of course.
Yeah.
That's the flow.
But he's more singer. Like, you can't compare, like, Dave Chappelle and Kanye when it comes to art, Because his is comedy, his is music.
Did you see Shane opened up for Zach Bryan at Notre Dame Stadium?
Did not see the full thing. Saw like 5 seconds of it.
Saw a couple of the clips where Shane was wearing a helmet and dancing. You saw that?
No, I didn't see
Yeah,
it.
he has full Notre Dame football helmet on. He's dancing on stage, obviously.
Is that the first time it's happened?
Absolutely. Now, dancing with a helmet on, I assume it's.
No, a comedian opening up for a musician.
So that's what he said, actually. Zach asked him if he wanted to go first or second. He was like, what the fuck?
That's what I saw, yeah.
Let me guess. So you're going to play just fuck it until when? 10 o'clock, and then I'll just go hit him with some comedy afterwards?
So you said, what do I go out there and say? So you guys jerk off lately?
Yeah,
or?
exactly.
Yeah.
I assume, there he is, having a good time. Yup. On stage in front of everybody the whole time. Having a great time. Yep, good to see you guys. Thank you. We're going to go win a national championship now. They got a big game this weekend.
Yeah. Huge.
Texas A&M.
Gotta win. Can't go 0-2.
Hey, college is doing it, man.
Yes, it was a great
There was a
weekend.
couple blowouts, obviously. We'll talk to Coach Rule here in a couple days. He won like 69-0 or something.
Yeah.
Mhm. But like Mississippi State?
Unbelievable.
Great win.
It was unbelievable.
They had 2 wins last year, okay? And then I got Pete Thamel telling me they got this freshman quarterback who's the best quarterback they've had since Dak Prescott, and they're going to play him a couple plays. And I'm like, fucking put the guy in. Yeah. You won 2 games. So my entire thought about Mississippi State was like a negative one going into game day because I'm like, why don't they play the guy that they got that's supposed to be the guy? I don't get that. Seems like they're trying to lose. Yeah, right. That place was awesome.
Yeah.
They got a whole new game set up. I guess game ops are crazy down there. They got new intro, new everything.
The
new
light
boards.
show was crazy.
Everything was sick. And then obviously they get a huge win and their fans immediately, I think it's like an engineering school, immediately get the field goal down and take that thing through town. It's like, shout out to the Bulldogs, man. I did not expect that. Arizona State obviously did not expect that. And a team that made the college football playoff last year and won the Big 12 loses to Mississippi State. And this drums up now when conversations start at the end of the year for college football playoff. We'll just throw out a team name that is in our conference that is not
Yes, it will.
in the playoff or winning their conference. Mississippi State, for instance. How many Big 12 teams are supposed to be in there? Because if they had to play in Starkville just one time, are they going to win? Like, that is literally what that feeds. Yeah. Oklahoma getting a huge win over Michigan. Huge deal. Like, for the SEC, obviously. And I mentioned that in my pick, but it was real. It was like, hey, the SEC conversation gets real loud around college football playoff for good reason. The cultures down there, the environments, the players, everything. The teams, awesome, incredible, great for college ball. But it's always talked about as if it's better than Big Ten, way better than the Big Ten whenever it comes to football on the field. So in the playoff, whenever Ohio State does what it does to Tennessee, then Ohio State opens up with Texas, the number 1 team in the country, does that. It's like people are like, wait a minute, is that a thing of the past? The whole SEC is better than the Big Ten. And this Oklahoma team with Mateer and Arbuckle as the offense coordinator and the Venables defense, they're for real. So, like, I had a lot of Michigan people that were full panic, and I saw Portnoy's reaction talking about how he felt like he was lied to or whatever by Bryce Underwood and everything, how good he was going to be. Like, that was his reaction. He was like, he's not the only one. There's a lot of Michigan people that were, like, very bummed out that I was talking to.
Good defense.
And it's like, hey, I think Oklahoma is for real.
Yeah.
I think Oklahoma is the real deal this year. Offensively, whenever you bring in a quarterback and the offensive coordinator, it's like it has worked a lot in the past because the quarterback knows exactly what to do on every single play. So you can make everybody else catch up. But if everybody else knows what to do and the quarterback doesn't, like, you're going to be slow. You're going to be behind because he's the one making the decisions. When the quarterback knows every aspect of the offense, it's like, and then you plug in better athletes and better players at all the spots, and then Venables has that defense. It's like, I think Oklahoma's a real deal. Like, I think they are very good, AJ.
I think they're great. I mean, talk about the confidence they have in materials. Well, you showed it earlier. They're running a double move backed up in your own end zone. Okay, like you must feel pretty good about what your offensive line can do and what your quarterback is able to do. What a beautiful ball right here, too. But Mateer's a player, bro. I really enjoy watching him. Good for Venables. I think Venables is a great personality for all of college football.
Very jacked, too. We saw him on the set there for College Game Day. He's pretty built, good intensity. Always very cool to me and to the show. Says he watches show, knows the shows exist, which is pretty cool. But he's always going to have a good defense.
They were flying around and hitting so hard. Michigan, those boys were flying around and hitting too, but that was a very, very violent football game. Big time win. I love Mateer too. Like, just his awareness as like a great quarterback, great thrower, but his awareness as a ball carrier, like him just knowing like the spatial awareness he has in traffic is very, very special. Big time win for the SEC. It's a big time loss from the SEC too.
Who?
Boys down in Gainesville.
Yeah, we got a little USF on a little bit of a heater here. Byron is a dog, the quarterback. And the USF coaches were seen celebrating afterwards. I think they know they got a team. And the Florida Gators needed this one. I think we all thought that Billy Napier and DJ Lagway and the Florida Gators were for real this year. We all thought maybe Billy Napier's culture has settled in and they're going to do their thing. USF gets a massive win. A Grammatica hits a walk-off game winner down there. And I picked against USF. I think we all need to just start having a little bit more respect. And I think I was talking to Edrin James. And he said USF's got a lot of Florida boys.
Yep.
Anytime Florida boys take on Florida boys, there's a lot. It's a little bit different. He said it's hard to judge those particular games as if it's any other game. Is that an accurate depiction?
Oh, yeah, very, very much so. And I feel like it's like that a lot of places. Even the receiver from Oklahoma, he was a Michigan kid that wasn't offered by Michigan. So that's everybody in South Florida. You want to go to UM, you want to go to Miami, you want to go to Florida State, Florida, all these big schools, and you kind of probably get overlooked and go to USF. And you remember when we were in the Big East.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I think you might have talked about it a little bit on game day, like recruiting those South Florida boys with Grothy and everybody else. Like, they built the powerhouse. I think they got ranked like number 2 or 3 in the nation at one point just by recruiting their kids, and you have that chip on your shoulder. The coaches know that. You saw the coaches' reaction up in the press box. Like, that's something you rarely see. I don't know how much it actually happens, but that's something you rarely see as a fan outside of the building. But, yeah, you can build up a program quick, and it's hard to judge those type of, I guess it would be considered a rivalry game. But if I grew up and we played each other in high school, but you were the 5-star and I was a 2-star, but I felt like I was better than you, when I'm lined up on you on Saturday with this jersey on, it's going to mean a little more for sure.
Yep, and do you know who USF has this Saturday?
Oh, yeah. Definitely know.
The Hurricanes.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they're all playing each other.
They get another chance.
I like that they're all playing each other because Florida still got Florida State and Miami, I think, on the horizon and everything like that. Miami also doing the same thing. And that's, you talk to Florida football people, it's like, hey, these games right here are going to be showtime. They are going to be real showtime. I guess SMU's got a bunch of Florida boys too, from what I've been told. So, like, how SMU does, obviously they lose to Baylor in a thriller, which I think everybody was kind of calling for whenever you're thinking about that game. 48-45?
Yeah.
I think is what that game ended up being. But SMU, I guess they're playing Miami. and Edge was like a lot of Florida boys on SMU. So like, rule out everything whenever they play. It's like, is this a new stat that I need to start looking for? Like, hey, where are the Florida boys at, and when do they play against the Florida schools? Edgerrin was talking like,
yeah, that's real.
Also for SMU, I think because Rhett Lashley came from Miami, if I'm not wrong, and he brought a bunch of Miami dudes with him. Which, and he knows.
Yes.
And like recruiting, people talk all the time about like recruiting your own state in your own area and how important that is. Like, you're the team. Like, if USF goes on and sweeps all the Florida teams, all of a sudden you're that school in Florida. And I'm not saying they're going to like flip recruits or anything like that, but you get one or two more guys from South Florida that a different school doesn't get just because you do end up being the best team in South Florida. That probably changes a lot of stuff for your program.
They were problematic for us when we went down there. Yeah. I mean, they, the Shop Boys, maybe? Party like a rock. Party like a rock star. Is that the Shop Boys?
I think so.
They had a concert outside the stadium whenever we went down and played there one night. It was a big deal. They had a concert outside, full free festival.
Mm-hmm.
Played
at a
against
Bucs
Price.
Stadium, right? Same Raymond James?
Yep, the whole thing. It was the first time playing there, I think.
Okay.
And are the Yankees down in that area too?
Yes.
Yeah. That was Rich Rod's only time I've ever seen him use a prop. We went down there. They're having a festival. They're having a concert. It's a Thursday night game, I think. They're selling out. They think it's going to be the biggest home attendance or whatever. And he said, we just drove by their facility. He said, we have become the fucking Yankees. Okay? And he pulls out the Yankees hat and has NY on it or whatever. And he goes, and this USF team thinks they've arrived. Not fucking yet is what he was. So we all wore Yankees hats into the building. We lost. And I'll tell you what, I don't think Rich Rod probably to this day will ever do any of that shit. Ever again. Ever again.
You leave them in the locker room after?
Oh, I have no idea where those things were. They did not make their way back.
Yeah,
I know
figure
that.
not.
It was that USF team was problematic for us because they were fast.
Yeah.
They're very fast and very tough. And with our offense, if you get penetration, you can kind of stop us. And by stop us, slow us down at least. Nobody's going to be able to really stop us. And they had a team back.
Oh, yeah.
Feels like they got one now.
Yeah.
Feels like they got a real team.
They're still very fast.
You know who else has a team?
Who's that?
Did you see that Cy-Hawk Bowl?
Wow.
Wow.
Rocco Becht is a first-round draft.
He's a guy.
Yeah.
Rocco Becht is an adult. He is playing college football. Iowa State gets a massive win over Iowa in the Cy-Hawk Bowl. Comes down to a 54-yarder for Conradi. I said that Drew Stevens, the kicker for Iowa, was going to hit a game winner. Instead, it was Conradi. This was a very kicker-dominant game. A lot of the first 9 points, I think, scored were all from kickers. Obviously, a game winner kick. Both kickers very talented. What did you learn from the game, Ty Schmidt, as Iowa State and Tyrese Halliburton are dancing in the faces of Iowa Hawkeyes fans?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the biggest thing. Listen, Iowa State's better this year, but I haven't thought about this game since it ended. Iowa State folks will celebrate this, bring it up every time they can over the next year, and that's fine. You know, you can do that. They have that right because they won. I may have put too many chips into the Mark Gronowski's going to save us, basket. He's not, unfortunately.
What?
He's just fucking not. And I'm not going to rip on the guy because their skill. You FaceTimed me on Saturday night, and you were with Dallas Clark, and me and him kind of just had a nice little 2-minute, like, hey, what the fuck's going on with the Hawks, real quick. And he was very complimentary still, obviously.
Yeah, he believes still.
He believes.
There. Long season.
And I believe, too, for an extent, or to an extent, their skill position players just aren't good. Receivers don't get open. They don't have the batch of tight ends that they usually do. So, you're kind of asking Gronowski to be Josh Allen. Well, there's only one Josh Allen, so.
Maybe two, Justin Herbert.
Well, maybe three.
But his name is Justin.
Maybe four.
Yeah, but those guys are NFL quarterbacks. Those are their names. I'm saying this guy, he was good playing against the lower competition. Iowa State's good, but I'll be honest with you. Really, ever since the Iowa's offense started looking like this, 10 years ago, maybe maybe close to right after I graduated from college, I said, if Iowa loses a game, for the most part, it's fun coming on here and going apeshit because I do care. But I'll tell you what, when the Packers look like they did on Sunday,
oh my gosh,
it's very.
He's already given up.
He's
given up.
It's very easy to say, okay,
Gronowski's won 2 national championships.
I'm not going to spend another fucking second thinking about the 13 points that Iowa scored on Saturday in Ames.
Wow.
Because they should have won that game. They should have. They played like hammered dog shit, like they kind of do every week. Rocco Becht is good. He threw for like 122 yards. So first round draft pick maybe, but Iowa's defense is still pretty fucking good. good. If they could just get a guy who's halfway fucking decent playing quarterback, just halfway.
Well, you're not going to get any wide receivers. You think wide receivers
that's
are going to go? You guys are running.
That's the problem.
You're running a Tebow, the
wishbone.
Yeah, the wishbone.
And
Is that stat real that I saw? Our quarterback.
Yeah. He's had like the worst start in the history of college football. He's completed like 48 passes for like 127 yards or something. It's bad. It's not good. But you're right. We get a couple transfers in there like, hey, this guy was number 3 at Northwestern. He wants to come play at Iowa. It's like, well, Jesus fucking Christ. If this guy couldn't see the field at Northwestern, we're expecting him to catch 100 balls and have 1,200 yards this year? Give me a fucking break. No way. Iowa needs to rush for 450 yards every single week.
That's fun to watch too, right?
Yeah.
I don't mind it because, listen, I got the flash of the Packers now. So, I can kind of balance. I can have the best of both worlds. You just watch a fucking hard-nosed, gritty, shitty, boring football game on Saturday for 3 hours. And I actually tweeted. I was like, you know what? Is this Iowa offense maybe like giving me a stroke because I was smelling something burning? Luckily, that wasn't the case. There was just, I had a problem with my furnace. So that's what I was smelling. It wasn't the Iowa.
Turn them on for the first time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
anytime you light some fire to anything that's left over.
Well, it turns out I got a blower out. So I'm going to have to get my furnace fixed. So that was kind of just another 1-2 punch on top of it. But, hey, the Hawks are going to do what the Hawks do. Probably not going to go to the playoff this year, unfortunately. But they could still make some noise. And now it's just, hey, let's try to ruin Oregon's season. Or let's try to ruin Penn State's season. That's really where I'm at.
Yeah, or
it's unfortunate.
You could think about having a little bit of the Cuervo's Devil's Reserve, maybe, and help you out on those Saturdays. A little tequila.
There's nothing I love more than green booze, So it's
a green bottle. It's a green bottle.
I may crack this thing open and have a
green bottle. Green bottle.
Booze is not green.
It's not green.
Guess what?
It's clear booze.
Yeah. Okay. You're right, because I see this in the stores. I'm fucking grabbing. I'm just a tractor bean.
Explain to him what it is.
Connor and I had a whole mess of it this weekend.
I know. I did
what you don't understand is that the Cuervo's Devil Reserve is a sweet, tropical, spicy infused tequila that is smoothly and devilishly good. And for the record, it is delicious. I'm not a tequila guy, but when I do drink it, it is Devil's Reserve, and it is fantastic. It's time to listen to the little devil on your shoulder, pour a round of shots, and get ready to raise a little bit of hell.
Yeah.
Go to your local liquor store to go to Cuervo.com to purchase your own bottle of mischief. That's what Ty means by like the green bottle, the green coloring.
Okay.
It's not green liquid. It's just a green bottle, and you can see the bottle does kind of reek of mischief. When you look at it, you can see. Maybe
this guy's a lot of mischief.
What's this guy up to?
What is the devil up to?
There's that devil on my shoulder. Oh, is that? No, that's not the devil. That's just a little bit of Cuervo's Devil's Reserve. But remember, you must be 21 years of age to consume alcohol.
Yeah.
And please drink responsibly, or you'll end up like Mitt.
That's right. And many others. Sweet, tropical, spicy.
Boom.
Cuervo's
Devil's Reserve, baby.
Raising hell.
Devilishly good.
Hell yeah, that was a good read by you guys.
Wow. Might help you, man.
I do like that the Iowa Hawkeye football team immediately leads to a booze advertisement.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't know how it works.
Hey, that's Big Ten football.
It is.
That's Big Ten football.
It is.
Amen.
How long are you guys going to do that over there in Iowa? Who knows? Let's move along. Did you see the University of Louisiana Monroe punter?
Yes.
His name's Mackenzie Ryan. Okay, and although their team got their asses beat, and this wasn't his best punt, what he did at the end of it was certainly desirable. Out of Australia, lad hits a little worm bouncer down the right hash. Oh no, he's breaking free. Who's going to stop him? I got him. Oh. Lariat, clothesline from hell from Mackenzie Ryan as he roughs it up with the boys a little bit afterwards. Alabama would go on to score just a few plays later, but nonetheless, a punter with a massive hit should be showcased. Not his best punt, I think he would even say, but obviously a lot of people following each other. That's not good. Never want to see anybody stacked behind each other in punt returns. Mackenzie said, let me go ahead and get underneath the block and lay his ass out. I assume he played some sort of rugby or Aussie rules football over in Australia. And that move right there, a little cheeky.
Yeah.
That is an Aussie rules football. Certainly maybe a play. And then flexing on him, too, letting him know that, hey, listen, you guys might win by 40, but you'll never forget the time Mackenzie Ryan, pow, right across your kisser. I love that. I love everything about it, AJ.
That's the only thing that can save an explosive return, right? Like, your coach is going to be pissed, everyone's going to be pissed, but hey, at least our punter got to have a little highlight shot. I'm sure that was run all over SportsCenter.
If it was if that was a home game, place would have went crazy. Whenever I tackled Trendon Holiday, every time I made a tackle, place made noise. But when I tackled Trendon Holiday, place went pretty ape shit. And they were getting the ball at the 50. Peyton Manning's getting the ball at the 50.
Yeah.
Great return.
I completely failed. I completely failed my job. Everything that we did was wrong. Supposed to be a touchback. Wasn't a touchback. Trendon Holiday gets a massive return. Nobody's covering shit. They're supposed to be trapped back there because Peyton Manning's very good. So we're trying to give him a long field. Now, I think I did have 6 inside the 20 when I came to punting. Sure. I think it was a very long field, maybe the best game I've ever had. Nonetheless, the kickoff, though, getting all the way out there, sucks. This is not good. This is terrible for all parties. Huge hit. Place goes crazy. Get to the sideline. Everybody's like, yeah! I'm like, that was ass, bro. That was the worst start that we could possibly have.
You kept him out of the end zone.
Yes, you did.
That baby D-butt.
That's the first play of defense. Kickoff, punt.
Yeah,
first play of defense. You set the tone.
I wore defense jersey.
Yeah, hell yeah.
In practice. Vinny was on the offense. So that was always very real. But anytime anybody cheered for a tackle, I was always like, if I'm tackling, we fucked up pretty good. And that was normally my thought. Fuck, panicking, running through. And also, let's make sure they think they can get the edge.
Yeah.
We're bait and tackle.
Yeah.
We are a fishing shop. We're going to bait them to think that they can get by, and then we're going to tackle them. I saw somebody for the Buffalo Bills.
Oh.
If they're going to do the bait and tackle
On
thing,
Henry.
you got to make sure.
Any of their safeties. It happened all night long to their safeties.
Yeah, you got to be able to close that distance.
Correct.
That is the whole entire.
It could have been Taylor.
Derek turns it on pretty quick.
That's a fucking nightmare. As a deep defender, a safety, like that's the one. Saturday night, that's when you think, especially playing against Derrick Henry, and that fucking hole opens up.
53 and a third.
Because you're one of the safeties on kickoff. Like, it's 2 safeties, you're the middle safety pretty much. When you are that post safety and you got 22, or anybody that looks like this guy coming down and hatchet at you, that is a fucking nightmare.
See, for you guys, I think the runners with the ball have respect for you guys. Okay, so for most kickers and punters, not a lot of respect. So in warm-ups, I'm trying to give little pieces of intel into their brain, like, hey, run right by me. Run right by me. I'm slow. I'm unathletic. So then hopefully in the game they actually do that. This one's tough, though. That one's tough. Come to Phil, and then he just runs right by you. That's bad. You got to close that sideline. But nonetheless, Derrick Henry's done that to a lot of people.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
He's done it. And thank
many
God
years.
I never had to do that.
First, can you imagine playing this guy in high school? Like the craziest fucking stat I heard this weekend was like, this guy's in his 9th year in the NFL, has had all these records and still hasn't reached, I think, what is he, like 600 yards away?
Yeah, I think
like
now
that.
he's like 500.
From his high school total record. We play like 10, 11 games in high school maybe. That is absolutely fucking ridiculous.
He had to be the absolute king.
Yeah, he had like
in his high school.
13,000.
Yeah, he rushed
He's like 13,000.
8 touchdowns a game.
Yeah,
It's
11.
crazy. It's insane.
Yeah, so that was midway through the game. So he ended up, he finished with what?
12,124 yards in high school.
High school.
How many touchdowns? I assume he had like 8 touchdown night.
180, probably.
Oh my gosh. Think about how much fun high school had to be for him.
My God.
That's why he's so mature. He had everything offered to him whenever he was like 14. He scored 8. All right, let me get past this. And then he's like in the gym, he does all the insane workouts and shit. I mean, he's been great since the day we saw him.
And that record's been broken.
153 rushing touchdowns.
That high school record?
Yeah, that high school record got broken. I'm pretty sure I thought Naj. Wasn't there an absurd?
Naj
so
was
this,
like the
this
highest.
says 153 rushing touchdowns over 4 seasons. In his senior year, rushed for an astounding 4,261 yards and 55 touchdowns.
That's a pretty good year.
Breaking multiple Florida single-season records and setting a national single-game rushing 510 yards in one game. Jesus.
Yeah, I think Najee Harris broke some of his high school records. Not all of them.
That's crazy.
All right, let's make some picks for tonight's game. Let's get the hell out of here. Today is a good day.
Great day.
I'm thankful we're here.
It's a great game tonight, too.
I agree. NFC North is going to have a lot of implications down the road. So tonight is very important. The J.J. McCarthy era starts. The Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams era starts. Will Kevin O'Connell maintain his offensive greatness with a brand new quarterback that had to sit out his entire rookie year with an injury? Everybody has said that J.J. McCarthy is a guy. Will he be tonight? We shall see as he takes on his hometown Chicago Bears. Ben Johnson, there's a new sheriff in town, actually. More accountability, a little bit more of a hard ass. Will that pay off or will that hurt them? Will he lose the locker room early like other hard asses have if their team doesn't win? Or will this Chicago Bears team be everything that we hope Caleb Williams could be in his NFL career? The current spread still 1.5?
Yes, it is.
Minnesota favored on the road. Tone, what do you like in this?
I like the over, first and foremost.
Okay, think both offenses are going to do well, even though both defenses seemingly will be better from the jump.
Yes, but just the injury news in the secondaries that Schefter talked about. So I kind of like the over in that situation. And I'm going to go with the Bears.
Okay, you like the Bears. D-Butch, I heard you made the picks in the comments section. Somebody made a very nice graphic. That was a beautiful graphic.
Yeah, I wish they didn't because I didn't.
I didn't even bring it up. You noticed I didn't even bring it up earlier. Knew it existed. Didn't want to talk about it. We're all going to hit the ball and then miss the ball every once in a while. Tonight, though, we can make it up. What have you done for me lately? Who do you like? How do you like it?
Returning D coordinator Flores. He did really good against the Bears last year on third down especially. But you mentioned new sheriff of town. I am on the Caleb Williams is going to be good with Ben Johnson train.
Okay.
But I'm not going against my former teammate KOC. I think J.J. McCarthy shows up, and Justin Jefferson definitely shows up big time tonight. So I'm going with the Vikings on the road, getting a big-time game on Monday Night Football.
8:15 on ESPN and ABC. ESPN2 will have the Manning brothers in a simulcast. It should be a magical evening of Tennessee North football. AJ, are you going with the Minnesota Vikings -1.5 with D-Butch?
Yes, I am going to take the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, being favored on the road, that's got to be a little bit I'm sure the Bears are pissed off and Ben Johnson are pissed off about that. I think the Bears will be there. I think Caleb will be good. I just think it might take a little bit of time with Ben Johnson to figure it out.
Just like Jared Goff with his new OC.
Yep.
And everything.
Jared who?
Yes.
Jared Goff.
Oh.
You remember the chant?
Gooflovsky is what everyone's
calling
him.
A lot of people are.
It's the year of Gooflovsky.
I think it might take a little bit for Caleb and Ben, just from what we've heard. I think there is greatness in there, but just like everybody else is saying, and if you want to use us as motivation, you certainly can. I'll take the Vikings as well. All right, we'll be back tomorrow. We can't wait. We're so thankful for all of you. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. Football season's back. Let's enjoy it all. Woo! Team on me, team on three. 1, 2, 3, team. Goodbye.